is a future, the final push to glory, to follow in the steps of those before me. For nation, for club, for coaches who've led, the final step on the block, Olympic dreams ahead.
Our pool is a classroom, life and death lessons, unrivaled. Floating, gliding, but in learning laughter, a touch of water, first steps to survival.
That 3 boys, aged 11, 10 and 8 have died.
Father has told Sky News of the awful moment his wife and son died in Loch Lomond on Saturday.
But what if the pool closed nearest to me? Would she be free to swim in the sea?
Would my club close to the loss of a nation?
A community broken for a whole generation.
A lifetime stolen of body and soul.
Laughter faded like a memory, an echo.
Life skills vanished, education unfinished. Our children, a statistic, our lives diminished.
Our pools are for all abilities, ages, from cradle to grave and in between stages, for the health of the nation and life skills schools. Our message is simple.
If our pools.
Good morning and welcome to Aberdeen for session 4 of the Scottish National Age Groups 2025. Looking forward to an exciting day. We had a great day yesterday. My name is Jackie Smith, and joining me on live stream this morning is Robert Taylor. So this is session 4, Sunday morning here in Aberdeen. It's destined to be a lovely, bright, sunny day outside, I think, Robert, and we've got a great morning of swimming to look forward to. As you can see there's the programme up, the female breaststroke, backstroke, butterfly, and then some 50s, and finishing with the relays, as we did in the sessions yesterday. Great excitement. So lots to look forward to this morning,
Another
Robert.
busy programme, yeah. Really good day yesterday. We had Dean Fern both morning and evening with Scottish records. That was a little bit surprising to get records in the heats, but Dean really went for it first thing in the morning, and then super achieved in the evening, 23.72 in the morning and a 23.69 in the evening, breaking the record literally in the space of about 8 hours. So great to see that, and a senior record to boot.
Senior record, yes, that's right, Robert,
He
isn't
holds
it?
the junior records, but this year swimming as a 17-year-old, so yeah, really exciting prospect is Dean, and no doubt he'll be doing a 200, don't know, I didn't double check, but he may also be doing a 200 butterfly. Just have a quick look at the schedule. No, he's not actually doing a 200 butterfly, but I would expect him to do a 100 butterfly later in the
later in the programme, yes. I don't think I have seen him on the programme this morning, actually, to be honest. So
but
lots
to look forward to. Some of the winners from last night taking part in a few events this morning. That 200 breaststroke, we've got Lily Mundell, who was fantastic in that 50 breast last night. She also had a very good swim in the 100 free, 57.05. As a 15-year-old, she was faster than both the 16 and 17, 18-year-olds, and great to see that from the Hearts girl. So we've got a lot to look forward to this morning. 15-year-old ages, 16-year-old ages, and 17, 18 ages. The top 10 from all the events this morning will qualify for finals this evening. So we'll wish everybody well. Some of the times that they're entered in will not be long course times, as we mentioned yesterday. There'll be short course conversions to long course. So don't be surprised if some of the swimmers don't actually hit their entry times because they've got fewer turns. If they can maximise turns in short course, you don't have to do quite as much swimming, and you get a little bit of momentum off the wall. So we'll see how this one goes this morning. We'll also, at some point, if we get information past it, Jackie, announce the top 10 clubs after yesterday. Points are awarded, 13 points if you win an event, 11 points for you for second, 9 for third, 7 for fourth, 6, 5, 4, right down to 1. And it's even if you do two swims, like Lily Mundell, she won 2 events, she only scores 13 points. It's your best score in any of the finals that you compete in during the day. And those individual points are added to your club or composite, and these are then calculated, and we will find out who the top 10 currently are. And at the end of day 5, we will then have a final top 10. Last year's winner was City of Glasgow from Warner Baths. I would think they'll be fighting it out this year.
Warner Baths will be looking to overturn that.
We'll try and tip the balance. They were the winners a few years back, but the last 2 or 3 years, it's been City of Glasgow. So great rivalry between the two clubs, East and West, Jackie.
Yes, and we'll see how that pans out. As Robert says, we'll hopefully be able to give you an update on the points following yesterday's competition. But in front of us now is Heat 1 of the 200-metre breaststroke. It's Heat 1 of 8, and going in lane 3 we have Lara Cowling from Perth City. Then lane 4, Charlotte Walters, University of Aberdeen Performance, and her teammate Paige Ellis goes in lane 5. So we're looking at the times here, around 3:05, 3:06 for the 3 girls. And it's the Paige Ellis edging just ahead, going down this first length. Crossing in the middle of the pool there, in that white cap of the University of Aberdeen Performance. Entered on a 3:06. She's got a nice lead there. going into the first turn, 41.59, so just about a second and a half over Lara Cowling, I beg your pardon, and Charlotte Walters just in third place there. So going down to the halfway mark here. University of Aberdeen performance swimmer Paige Ellis continues the lead ahead of Perth City's Lara Cowling. So the lead is increasing, I think. We'll come into the turn at the halfway mark now, and it will be Paige Ellis, 1:28.40. So she's got over 2.5 seconds, 2 seconds maybe of a lead now from Perth City's Lara Cowling. So the field is spread out. So I think this third length, Robert, can often be the decider in a 200-metre breaststroke, can't it? Things can change, but I think it looks like Paige Ellis has pretty good lead, and no matter what she's doing, Lara Cowling's not able to eat into that, albeit I might just have to eat my words. I think as the girls come into the turn now, and Lara certainly has pulled back some of the distance now. So
get an idea of the splits in a second.
Yeah,
50
there we
against
go. So half a second, just around a second. So we were looking at 2 seconds. So Lara certainly pulled back, but a good turn there for Paige Ellis. She's responded to the challenge, hasn't she? There we go. Lara Cowling trying to get back up on alongside Paige Ellis as the girls come down to just under half a length to go. But it is our leader from the beginning, Paige Ellis, who has this. And no matter what the Perth City girl does, I think she's going to run out of water to be able to make any difference to this. And this race belongs to Paige Ellis. She takes that in a time of 3:06.98, ahead of Lara Cowling. So just around her entry time there. But as Robert said, often these are short course conversion times for the girls. And then finishes Charlotte Walters in third place. A nice race for the
nice
the
one
start of the morning.
Jackie says just a little bit over their entry times. They have 3 turns off the wall, whereas in the short course they've got 7.
They haven't.
Just that little bit of a momentum. It's that slightly faster time generally in the short course pool. So we move on to the second of our 8 heats. In lane 0, we have Ellen McClellan from Heart of Midlothian. 2, Emily Clark, Exeter City. 2, Chloe Porter from the East Lothian swim team. In 3, Lily Murray from Bucky. 4, Lana MacDonald, University of Aberdeen Performance. 5 is Evie Chan, Red 96. 6, Amy McCallum from Wander Baths Club. 7, Madison Smith, South Ayrshire. 8, Gracie Colville from Glenrothes, and in 9, Florrie Taylor from City Glasgow. Times in this one, 2:57.60 to 3:02. And they start in the outside lane, 40.61, Ellen McClellan. But the 4 girls on this near side, all fairly well bunched. Over in lane 6, going fairly well, is Amy McCallum. But it's still on the near side, coming through quite strongly, Lily Murray.
Swimmer in lane 3 now is pushing ahead.
And Bucky Swimmer is now just taking it up. So the entry times are actually 3:02.10 to 3:05.80. The entry times I gave you were the following heat. Bucky Swimmer has a slight advantage. Can't recall anyone swimming yesterday from Bucky yesterday, so apologies if there was, if we missed that. And it's nice to see them represented. Emily Clark coming through in lane 1 to try and get herself into the mix. swimmer from Exeter. She's a Scot. And, a lot of swimmers, Jackie, have up from English clubs representing Scotland as a country of nationality. Nice to see them here. Ella McClellan's, though, in the outside lane has been there or thereabouts throughout. And she's still travelling very nicely, along with Emily Clark. Those two have the race between them. 2:15.48, Emily Clark, 2:17.27. Alana McDonald in lane 4 now coming through, along with Evie Chan and Amy McCallum. The middle lane still there or thereabouts, but the two girls on the near side still looking pretty strong. The race between the two, I think, with Alana McDonald still trying to make some headway along with Evie Chan. It's a very tight contest here. Emily Clark in lane 1. In lane 0, Ella McClelland, and Evie Chan now flying down the final few metres. It looks like it's going to be lane 5. Evie Chan, who's going to take this, is very tight indeed. Evie Chan, lane 4 and lane 1. Evie Chan takes that, 3:04.07, 3:04.22. Alana McDonald in lane 5. Emily Clark, wouldn't have seen them in the middle lanes. She takes third and wins her contest on the near side with Ella McClelland, 3:05.02. That's a really, really good race to have us underway with a full complement of swimmers. Well
It was
done,
indeed,
girls.
Robert, yeah, with another full complement going into Heat 3. So in lane 0, Sophie McCallum from Midlothian. Lane 1, Natalie McGregor, Perth City. Lane 2, Anna Lawson, East Lothian. Lane 3, Katie Lowe, Carnegie. 4, Maya McCallum, Highland. 5, Grace Blair, Forth Valley Trident. 6, Ruby McInnes, South Ayrshire. 7, Carly Marshall, East Lothian. 8, Imogen Jarrett, Dundee City Aquatics. And 9, Nina Spirit Hawthorne, Inverclyde. Some of you tuning in for the first time over this national age group may well wonder where Forth Valley's come from. Forth Valley Tridents is their full name, and they are the amalgamation of 3 clubs, West District clubs, Bowness, Grangemouth and Falkirk. And we have Trident, Forth Valley Tridents, the new club with effect from the beginning of this year. I think they've held a couple of meets under that banner already anyway,
Yeah.
Robert, in the West District. So, but that's where we are. So back into the water, let's have a look now. We've got 4 girls closer to me. Sophie McCallum, Natalie McGregor, Anna Lawson and Katie Lowell, pretty much in a row, but swimming nicely over there in lane 7 is Carly Marshall, the Lothian swimmer. So Carly Marshall does have the lead, have the advantage over this field. I think second place is at the moment lane 1, Natalie McGregor. So Carly Marshall will lead the field into the halfway turn, doing so there in a 1:26.70. So we're about just under half a second faster than the previous heat at this stage. Natalie McGregor in second. This turn, Natalie took a full advantage of that turn there, and she's now moved up into first place, swimming really nicely in the second half of this 200-metre breaststroke and gaining an advantage over the rest of the field as we go into the final turn, moving away really nicely from them. Come into second place, I think we're probably looking at lane 3, Katie Lau, the Carnegie swimmer, and lane 8. Coming through really nicely as well, Imogen Jarrett, Dundee City Aquatics. So turning first there we have Natalie McGregor, Imogen Jarrett, Anna Lawson in third place.
Travelling very fast, 45.47. That was even faster than that previous 50 Jackie, and she's motoring.
She certainly is. Look at that. She's with every stroke, every pull, she's opening up the gap between herself and the rest of the field. So this isn't about first place in this one. This is all about the second and third place in this heat.
It's a big strength that Warder have. They're able to produce breaststrokers after breaststrokers, just like a gravy train, and great swim from Natalie.
There we go, Natalie McGregor there, finishing from Perth City in a time of 2:58.20. So a nice time for her. She'll be pleased with that.
Sorry, I got confused with the caps
time.
here.
I did think you might have been there, Robert. Yes, there's too many red caps. So Natalie McGregor in first place, Imogen Jarrett, the Dundee City Aquatics, 3:03.26, and Grace Blair, the Grace Blair from Forth Valley in third place.
Yeah. Perth, another club that produced some cracking swimmers, and Dixon, the team. It's a red cap. They're always very prominent, as are Warner and Breaststrokes. Some cracking swimmers. So move on to our fourth heat. In this one we have Ellen White, Stirling Swimming in 0. Sarah Dow in lane 1 from Devon. 2, Emily Chambers, Cumbernauld. 3, Maisie Adair, Glenrothes. 4 is Niamh Quinn from Kintyre. In 5, Caitlin Chan, Ren 96. 6, Caitlin Frame, Forth Valley Trident. 7, Amy Owenson from Best. 8, Victoria Weir, Forth Valley Tridents. And 9, Jessica Smith from University of Aberdeen Performance. Might be lane 8 with the advantage. Not quite. Lane 2, Emma Chambers, 39.20, just ahead of Victoria Weir, 39.22. Very little between the two girls. So we'll see how this one develops in the second 50. Still very tight between those two girls, and also well there, Caitlin Frame in lane 6 coming through to try and get herself into the mix. On the far side, Jessica Smith, University of Aberdeen Performance, also not far behind. Those 4 probably at the moment, a little between them, but it's pretty tight at halfway, Jackie.
It certainly is, yes. And a little, as you're talking about swimming caps there, Robert, I think Emma Chambers, normally we recognise her in the pool by the distinctive Cumbernauld yellow cap, but nice to see the club have decided to recognise these athletes' achievements by making the national age groups by introducing a different cap, but it can be confusing for us as commentators, can't it?
They did that at the summer meet last year. They came up with a sort of palish green cap, and they all had the green gear instead of what we would usually have, a nice yellow cap.
Yes,
very confusing.
Yes, very distinctive in the pool as that yellow cap. But
Jessica Smith going very well as we see the far side, just seeing a very far side, Victoria Weir in 8, Emma Chambers still going nicely along with Sarah Dow though. It's very tight. Sarah Dow just on this near side in second place, but Jessica Smith over on the far side has now just taken it up in 2:12.65. There's very little between those 4 girls though. Jessica Smith has every chance of taking this from the outside lane. Sarah Dow though might have something to say as Maisie Adair comes through late with a late charge out of lane 3. This Glenrothes swimmer, 6th at the summer meet in this, and she is putting a very determined effort. That's the Glenrothes swimmer. They've had some success in the pool yesterday. They've got success in this one. Maisie Adair takes that. Lane 1 and lane 9 rather. Sarah Dow second and Jessica Smith in third. All under the 3-minute mark. Well, great swim from Maisie Adair to come back strongly. 44.12 finished that last 50. 2:58.47. Sarah Dow in second, 2:59.65, and Jessica Smith, great swim from the outside lane, 2:59.84. Another exciting finish. So we're getting some great swims this morning.
There we are, moving on to Heat 5. In lane 0, we have Rebecca Strachan, City of Glasgow. In lane 1, Millie Barton, Bells Hill Sharks. Lane 2, Jessica Powell, Elgin. Lane 3, Lauren Cantley, University of Aberdeen Performance. Lane 4, Ellen Denny, Geary. Lane 5, Maya Stahl, Step Rock. 6, Abigail Fagan, Ren 96. 7, Josie Grimes, Warren Baths. 8, Ada Brodin, Ren 96. And 9, Rosie Stutchfield, Warren Baths. So, different.
It's always a nightmare, Jackie. They seem to do this a lot of the times. We have in lane 6, Ren 96, so frequent.
Yes, and then it can be quite challenging to get your next words out. But anyway, there we go. We've got there. There's about two Ren 96 girls that are appearing in this heat, and it's one of them, Ada Brodin, who is leading with a 38.28 ahead of Maya Stahl and Rosie Stutchfield after the first 50 metres. So we've got 15, 16, and then 17 to 18-year-old age groups being swam here, all looking to get themselves into the finals this evening. So but it is the middle of the pool in lane 5. Maya Stahl, Step Rock, who has taken this up and is leading ahead of, right over there in lane 7, of Josie Grimes, the Warren de Bath swimmer, but she's under pressure from University of Aberdeen's Lauren Cantley. So Maya Stahl, Josie Grimes, Lauren Cantley are your 1, 2, and 3 at the halfway mark. So we're heats are getting faster all the time.
Well, 3 girls in the previous heat under the 3-minute mark. All these girls are under 3-minute entry time, and they'll all want to be under that 3-minute mark.
Yeah, they'll have an idea of what they're aiming for, having seen the times being posted earlier, because there's still 15, as I said, the different age groups here. We've seen swimmers from all those age groups swim already this morning, going into the final turn, and it is the Step Rock swimmer, Maya Stahl, who will turn first. She turns ahead of Josie Grimes, and in turns Ellen Denny. Lauren Cantley just falling back into 4th place there, but it is the Maya Stahl who has this at 2:09.84. So we're looking at least 3 seconds faster than the previous heat at that stage.
Yeah, look for Ellen Denny maybe coming through late, Jackie. I don't know.
They are beginning to make a bit of a charge now, aren't they? It's whether or not there's enough water left for this any charge to make any impact on our leader. And she's looking really strong there at the moment. I don't think she's going to be challenged. The battle is on for 2nd and 3rd place. Look, I think 2nd will come down to the touch, but it is the University of Aberdeen's Lauren Cantley. 4th at the final turn, got herself moved through the field really nicely and up into 2nd. Josie Grimes finishes in 3rd place.
Well, Maya will be back this evening, 15-year-old. Not many 15-year-olds are going to swim faster than that. Not got too many still to follow, so she'll be comfortably in that final. Good swim from her. Now to the first 3 seeded heats. Beth Craig goes in 0 from Aberdeen. 1, Emma Binney from Inverclyde. 2 is Eva Robertson, Highland Swim Team. 3, Charlotte Higgins, University of Aberdeen Performance. 4, Honor McCarthy, City Glasgow. 5, Sarah Smith, Warner Bass Club. 6, Kayla Smith, City Glasgow. 7 is Katie Towers, South Lanarkshire. 8, Sarah Wood, Devon. And 9, Lana Wilson, Bellshill Sharks. A couple of 3 15-year-olds and 3, 4 and 6. So they're in 3 of the 4 fastest lanes, and one of them, Honor McCarthy, out extremely strongly.
She's got a good entry time there, Robert, hasn't she? If you look at that.
Yeah, she's the national age group champion last year as a 14-year-old and West District champion. 5th at the British Summer Championship. So she's moved over last year from Inverclyde to City Glasgow and continued developing. And we'll hope that that continues. Good prospect, the 15-year-old, and out very strongly. Probably a wee bit better over the longer distances than the shorter distances. And this will certainly suit her. Well, nice start for her, 1:16.58. Zara Smith, who I think last night won the 50 breaststroke on the swimmer. At the moment, it's still advantage with Honor McCarthy, Maya Rogers, finalist in this last year. Well, she's trying to stick with Honor, but the youngster Still holds a good body length advantage. And nice long glide from her, 2:00:03. We're looking at finish time around the 2:42-ish mark, 2:43. Still Zara Smith trying to close. I think Orma McCarthy's going to hang on fairly comfortably. Kayla Smith in third place, going well. Charlotte Higgins in fourth. They're all looking good for another swim this evening. Orma McCarthy's going to take this. Very good time, 2:43.78. Zara Smith doing enough to qualify for the final as well, 2:45.12. Kayla Smith, 2:47.14, and Charlotte Higgins, 2:48.31. All those four well under the 2:50 mark, so they'll be comfortably in finals in the respective age groups this evening. Jackie, Beth Craig, I think that will also get her in. Katie Towers, perhaps on a 2:53, might be on the borderline.
And we go into, there's the results confirmed for you. And we'll go into the penultimate heat, which is heat 7. I'll appear just on your screen just shortly. So in lane 0, Connie Hart, South Ayrshire. Lane 1, Lexi Lemon, Aberdeen. 2, Leonie Bedborough, Heart of Midlothian. 3, Ella Thompson, Perth City. 4, Katie Coventry, Morpeth. 5, Charlotte Thompson, Midlothian. 6, Lily Mundell, Heart of Midlothian. 7, Tayo Aitken, University of Aberdeen Performance. 8, Molly Irvin Watson, Dumfries. And 9, Ailey McNichol, Glen Rothus. So as Robert says, this is you're now into the seeded heats. With times ranging from a 2:39. Katie Coventry, the Morpeth swimmer, enter with an entry time some 2 seconds faster than the closest entry there. So 2:39.38 through to a 2:52.60. So let's see. They'll all be chasing times for the finals this evening, but going into the first turn with a time of 37.21, Lily Mundell.
This will be an interesting one, Jackie. Lily, let's see, yesterday, fantastic swim in the 50 breast, totally dominated that one, and was faster than the 16 and the 17, 18-year-olds. 200, last year she finished runner-up to Orma McCarthy, and that was where her entry time comes from, 2:47.
The field has tightened up. There's 4 girls now, lanes 3, 4, 5 and 6, all pretty close. Also lane 1, but it's now Katie Coventry who's taken this over from Ella Thompson and Charlotte Thompson. Lily's just back in 5th place at that halfway mark.
Also confusing when you have a sort of purple cap in lane 5, Charlotte Thompson from Midlothian. That's usually a green cap, Jackie.
You just do that to confuse us, Robert. So I think having the advantage, it is lane 4's Katie Coventry from Morpeth still as the girls go up to the final turn, but she is under pressure from Ella Thompson, Perth City, closest to us, and also on the far side there, Charlotte Thompson and Midlothian, she's in 3rd place. So Katie Coventry, Ella Thompson, Charlotte Thompson, Lexi Lemon just in behind. Lily Mundell also there. She's fallen just back into 5th place at the moment, but we've got 4 girls coming up with half a length to go, all within touch of each other, but it's lane 4. Katie Coventry, who still has the advantage there in the red and white cap in the centre of the pool. She is under pressure, but I think she will hold this one with a battle for 2nd place. That purple cap of Charlotte Thompson of Midlothian, she'll take 2nd place, and indeed she does. I beg your pardon, Ella Thompson, my apologies. And Lily Mundell, a great swim in that last 50. Got herself up from 5th up into 3rd in a 2:46.94. So our winner of that one, Katie Coventry, in a 2:45.35.
A lot slower, Jackie, but I think they were all looking pretty comfortable, doing enough to qualify for the final this evening.
Yes,
And,
although I think we had earlier faster times earlier. I think that you're quite right, Robert. It's the top 10, isn't it, that qualify for the finals.
Looking forward
Katie
to that
Coventry,
one tonight.
Charlotte Thompson, Ella Thompson. There we go.
18-year-old contest, 17, 18-year-old contest for that 200 breast could be a big highlight this evening. Looking forward, as I say, already to that one. We've got Maya Rogers, Perry Scobie in the two middle lanes, both in that older age group as well. So the fastest qualifier goes in lane 4 in the final heat. That's Maya Rogers. But in lane 0, from Carnegie, Iona Casapidis. 1, Amelia Burrow, Glen Rothis. 2, Ellie Kennedy, City Glasgow. 3 is Izzy Minach from Morpeth. 4, Maya Rogers, Warder Bass Club. 5 is Perry Scobie, Stirling Swimming. 6, Ava Ross, City Glasgow. 7, Cara White, Rain 96. 8 is Abby Mitchell from Elgin. And 9, Ella McPhee from Falthouse Penguins. Good to see penguins in the water as well. Maya Roger, though, strongly out, 36, 48. Not quite as fast as Honor McCarty, but when she gets to the halfway mark, she'll see how far she's clear. It's a question of whether she wants to put a marker down in the heat, whether she's just going to take it steady, as she needs to do just to qualify for the final. 1:17.48. Just as I say, slightly slower than Honor McCarty, the 15-year-old. They are fairly strung out here, Jackie. Izzy Munach just in second, and another Morpeth swimmer. Who has second place comfortably at the moment. Perry Scobie probably third or fourth. Amelia Burrell, the Glen Rothis swimmer, not out of it either. You just see her head in camera shot. 1:59.84. Well, that's now the fastest split. Second place is Munach. Perry Scobie's gone back into third. Amelia Burrell just dropping back to fourth, but having a good swim. The Glen Rothis swimmer, as you can see there, nearest to us in the camera in lane 2. Did pretty well, and Ava Ross in 6, also getting herself into the mix so that she hopefully will be in a final, but no doubt Maya Roger, cracking swim to get underway. 2:40.246. Second is Munach, 2:44.65. Amelia Burrell did in fact get third, 2:49.07. Perry Scobie, 2:50.04. Just touched out by Ava Ross, 2:49.50. But I think Perry Scobie at 2:50.04. Likely get her an outside lane. She might just be on the border for getting that one. We'll be able to confirm that for you very shortly. That concludes the breaststroke for the girls. Next event is 200 meters butterfly, 7 heats.
And that was So this is the first heat of event 202. In lane 0, Zachary Weatherhead, Bankery. Lane 1, Harvey Whittock, Finns. Lane 2, Alex Cantley, University of Aberdeen Performance. Lane 3, Jackson Ogilvie, Montefieth. Lane 4, Scott Watson, South Lanarkshire. Lane 5, Harry Cook, Aberdeen Dolphins. Lane 6, Hamish Tucker, Warrender Baths. Lane 7, Murray Johnson, Wren 96. And Lane 8, Samuel Gibson, University of Aberdeen Performance. And taking a commanding lead right hit. We see there in lane 5, Aberdeen Dolphins, Harry Cook. 1:04.38, the halfway mark. He's got a 4.5 second lead over second place Alex Cantley. Jackson Ogilvie in third place. Just moving away from the pool for a wee moment. The finalists for the 15-year-old 200-metre breaststroke: Honor McCarty, Ella Thompson, Lily Mundell, Kayla Smith, Charlotte Higgins, Amelia Burrell, Maya Stahl, Lauren Cantley, Connie Hart, Maisie Adair, Sarah Dow and Rosie Stutchfield were being reserves. So back in the pool, let's see whether or not Harry's going to be able to continue the pace. He is 1:44.52 there at the final turn. Still got a just over 3 second lead from Alex Cantley. Jackson Ogilvie in third place, Scott Watson in fourth. So this belongs to Harry as the boys come down the final length. Second place, University of Aberdeen swimmer Alex Cantley, with a bit of a battle developing for third place in lanes 4 and 6. Scott Watson and Hamish Tucker. Hamish has the advantage now for third place as in comes to finish Harry Cook from Aberdeen Dolphins in a time of 2:23.28. Look at that compared to his entry time of a 2:35.10. Finishing in second place, Alex Cantley, and Hamish Tucker in third place with a 2:30.64. All the boys, I think, have improved on their entry times, so they'll be chuffed with that, as well as keeping an eye on what happens in later heats to see whether that gets them anywhere near a final for this evening. So the 16-year-old girls 200-metre breaststroke finalists. We have Lexi Lemon, Ava Ross, Leonie Bedborough, Cara White, Eva Robertson, Josie Grimes, Abby Mitchell, Emma Binney, Natalie McGregor, Molly Irvin Watson, and our reserves are Ellen White and Maya McCallum. 17 to 18-year-olds finalists: Mai Rogers, Izzy Munnock, Zara Smith, Katie Coventry, Charlotte Thompson, Perry Scobie, Ellie Kennedy, Beth Craik, Taya Aitken, Katie Towers, with our reserves being Iona Casapidis and Ellen Denny.
So now move on to our second heat. 30:03 after the first term, and 10 participants in this one. In 0, we have Lachlan Shaw from Flitwick. 1, Brodie Lydon, City Glasgow. 2, Max Buchanan, Renfrew Bass. 3, Kieran Bradley Wiseman, Devon. 4, Callum Struzik, Bellshill Sharks. 5, Austin McCall from Aberdeen. 6, Harris Woodward, Portobello. 7, Sebastian Kulinek from Forth Valley Tridents. 8, Rory Buchan Ithan, and 9, Jack Baronski from Wren 96. Harris Woodward still going nicely, 1:06.28. Nice to see swimmer from Flitwick. I think that's somewhere in the Hertfordshire area. Jackie, Flitwick.
Bow to your knowledge there. I'm not too sure. I think that might require a wee Google search, Robert.
Also nice to see Portobello. I think Harris Woodward going nicely. I'm not sure if Portobello had anyone represented yesterday, so if that's their first swimmer in the pool, he's doing pretty well. Coming under a bit of pressure though now. Lane 7 trying to get into the mix here. Forth Valley Trident swimmer Sebastian Kuklinek. And those two certainly going very nicely indeed. Flitting just up from Hertfordshire, Bedfordshire, it's just up the road. So geography wasn't too bad, Jackie.
No, you weren't too far away, Robert.
But
so
coming through very strongly now in lane 3 to take it up at the death as Kieran Wiseman. A fast finishing 38.67 to take it in 2:27.29 from Portobello swimmer Alice Woodward. Finished pretty fast as well, 2:28.41. Sebastian Kuklinek, 2:29.68, third place. So well done to all these guys. And
move on to
quite a
Heat 3
number
now.
of PBs there, Jackie.
There was indeed, yes. Good to see. Boys will be pleased as they get out of the water and realise that
well done, lads.
what their times were. So we move on to the third heat here, and in lane 0, Jasper Harrison from Best. Lane 1, Andrew Patterson at City of Glasgow. Lane 2, Alexander McNiven, Warrender Baths. Lane 3, Richie Saunders, Warrender Baths. 4, Carrick Thompson, Inverclyde. 5, Billy Trapp, Mount Kelly. 6, Stephens Nasiuk, Stranraer. 7, Anatoly Guizi, the Aberdeen Dolphins. 8, Ethan Clark, University of Aberdeen Performance. And 9, Lockie Bullock from Shetland.
Just a wee delay, Jackie. I'm
seems
not
to be
sure
at the
whether
moment.
it's a time that's needing adjusted or whether there's been a report that's maybe just getting checked out. Maybe one of our officials has seen something. Maybe that's now confirmed.
Yes,
yeah,
I think
that's all good.
So yes, that was the delay as
Yeah.
we were just checking
Maybe
out
just
the results from
yeah.
that previous heat there. Just a short delay to get started now, but as you can hear, we're ready to go with heat 3. Looking at times going into this, ranging from 2:25 through to 2:29, so potentially this could be a very close. Saw Stephens Nasiuk last night in action, Andrew Patterson as well. I recall seeing Mount Kelly. I'm not sure what Mount Kelly mentioned yesterday.
Yeah,
maybe this was
I don't think it was anyone from Mount Kelly.
Maybe their first swim. So welcome to the up here in Aberdeen to Mount Kelly. I hope I've got that correct. And it is lane 4. Carrick Thompson, the Inverclyde swimmer, who has this turning first there. Beg your pardon, no, Jasper Harrison ahead of Carrick Thompson there. 28.40 against the 29.95. Lockie Bullock in third place there. So looking really strong there as our leader in lane 4. Carrick Thompson, the Inverclyde swimmer, will lead the field in. It's in behind him that the boys are trying to close down. Jasper Harrison gets that in first there ahead of Carrick Thompson. Well, it's that lane 0 that's a little bit of a blind spot for me here, but I can see that Jasper has the best swimmer. He does have the advantage over Inverclyde's Carrick Thompson. And a good second half here for the best swimmer. He will go into the final turn. Jasper entered on a 2:29, so needs to keep this going as they're beginning to close up a little bit behind him. Jasper turning first, 1:43.01. Carrick, Richie Saunders, and Anatoly Guizi is there in second and third, fourth place, but it is tightening as they come down this final length. Watch what's happening in lane 0. Jasper does have the advantage. He's about body and a half length advantage, and they're trying to hunt him down. Moving through really nicely over on the other side there. Lane 7's Anatoly Guizi, the Aberdeen Dolphin swimmer. He's now has the advantage, and it's going to be tight for first place, I think. We've all switched all into the touch, and that went to lane 5, the Mount Kelly swimmer, Billy Trapp, in a 2:24.26, taking that from Anatoly Guizi, showing Ooh, I just need to wait, I think, for the board to maybe update itself because of the times there that we're certainly seeing. But that goes to the Aberdeen Dolphin swimmer, Anatoly Griezin, a 2:24.21, just touching out Billy Trapp, Mount Kelly swimmer, and a 2:24.26 there.
That was pretty tight.
It wasn't. It was all change in that last 50 metres, wasn't it? As
just the way those arms
Jasper
came
Harrison
down.
just faded away a little bit, but he had that lead for the majority of the race.
So this is the last of the unseeded heats. Heat 4, Finlay Duffin, Warner Bass Club in 0. James Gillies, City of Glasgow in 1. Lucas Innes, Falthouse Penguins in 2. Luke Thompson, Bathgate 3. Jasper Broom, South Ayrshire 4. Aaron Steele, South Lanarkshire 5. Ishmael Shalaby, Warner Bass Club in 6. Teammate Lewis Maxwell Pauls in 7. 8. Blake Herdman, Inverclyde. And Adam Eric from Cumbernauld in lane 9. Strong start in lane 6 and 7. Lewis Maxwell Pauls in 7, 29.57. Just ahead of Adam Merrick from Cumbernauld, 30.15 and 30.31. Ishmael Shalaby. So coming down just past 75 metres. The two lads from Warner. Ishmael Shalaby. Lewis Maxwell Pauls, body line clear of the rest of the field. And the two Warner lads almost together at halfway, 104.41, 104.83. Advantage with Ishmael at the moment. In third place, Aaron Steele. At the moment, it's still advantage with Ishmael from Lewis. Aaron Steele tried to make some headway here to get in terms with the two Warner boys, but it's still a Warner 1-2 as we reach the 150 mark. Ishmael Shalaby looks pretty strong. Coming down to the turn. Finalist in this last year. That's where his entry time comes from last year, but he's now under pressure from his teammate, Lewis Maxwell Pauls. Fifth at the Scottish Summer Meet and at the schools, also a finalist in this, and he's gone past his teammate, Lewis Maxwell Pauls. Has taken it up pretty strongly as we get into the business end of the race, as Ishmael kind of dies. Lucas Innes from Falthouse Penguins flying at the end to get second. Lewis Maxwell Pauls, Lucas Innes, and in lane 5, Aaron Steele gets third. Ishmael just died in the final 15. All done to Lewis, 2:18.29. Second place, Lucas Innes, Falthouse Penguins, 2:19.96. He might have won it with a wee bit further to go. And Aaron Steele, 2:22.14. Another good race, Jackie.
It was indeed, yes. And we're moving on to the penultimate heat, Heat 5, in lane 0, Jamie Hay from Geary. Lane 1, Jack Shaw, Bells Hill Sharks. Lane 2, Manu Drysdale, Warrender Baths. Lane 3, Conan Swinney, Derwent and Gateshead. Lane 4, James Body, Geary. Lane 5, Lewis Gow, Tiverton. Lane 6, Oscar Churnside from Geary. Lane 7, Dean Bargatti, South Lanarkshire. Lane 8, Calder Murphy, Carnegie. And Lane 9, Paul Murphy, City of Glasgow. So on paper, 2:11, Geary boy for James Bodie posted, entered. The 2:14 closest, nearest time closest to him. The time's ranging up to 2:21. So in at the first term, and it is the Geary boy, James Bodie, 29.58, leading. Ahead of Calder Murphy and Lewis Gow. But they're all still within touch. There's not clear water between the Geary boy and the rest of the field. Watching what as we come up to the halfway mark. So it is James Bodie who is holding this. The lead here ahead of, just alongside him, lane 6. Sorry, lane 5, I beg your pardon, Lewis Gow, Tiverton. He has second, and Manu Drysdale has third place there at the halfway mark, 104.24. So just a little bit faster than our previous heat. Not a great deal, but still faster nonetheless. And it is the Geary boy. He's got half a body length advantage over the rest of the field, getting to stretch that a little bit as we go into the final turn. But there's still the rest of the field still in touch with James. James goes into the turns there. On the other side of him, we see Lewis Gow just right up on his toes there. And let's see what Lewis can do in the final length. James Body leading ahead of Lewis Gow, and in turn leading ahead of Geary. Oscar Churnside in lane 6. Also coming nicely though over there in lane 8, Calder Murphy, the Carnegie swimmer, certainly challenging for third place. And this is going to belong to James Bodie, but there is a battle ensuing behind him for second and third place as lane 6 now going to take that. He has indeed. Oscar Churnside ahead of Lewis Gow. So we've got James Bodie 2:15.46, Oscar Churnside in second and a 2:18.70. With third place going to Lewis Gow from Tiverton in a 2:18.89. That's very much, we'll see these boys back in the finals this evening.
Really good swim there.
And looks like it'll be a fairly exciting final with the closeness that we have some of these finishes. It's going to be great this evening to watch these boys battle out for the medals and the ultimate Scottish National Age Group Championship. Kudos.
Yeah, be good. We move on to our 6th heat, second of the seeded heats. 0, Kai Connolly goes in 0 from South Lanarkshire. In lane number 1, Lewsmuir Carnegie. 2, Enniscow Geary. 3, Thomas Trainer, South Lanarkshire. 4, Nikolai Cisnet. He's off very smartly from City Glasgow, as was Ethan Collins from Stirling Swimming. 6, Jet Armitage, Highland Swim Team. Also well there, Cameron Hastings, University of Aberdeen Performance. James Kilpatrick from Carnegie goes in 8, and Oliver Hozick is turning in 3rd. He's from University of Aberdeen Performance. The advantage just with Cameron Hastings, 28.95. Nikolai Cisnet now coming through to challenge. Nikolai, one of the youngest swimmers in the last 3 heats, 15-year-old, National Age Group champion from last year. And he just has the touch, 102.11, just ahead of Cameron Hastings. Oliver dropped back to 8th now. Ethan Collins still well there in 3rd place. Ethan Collins, the winner of this last year as a 15-year-old, now swimming as a 16. Nicholas Cisnet looking pretty strong now, Jackie, taking control of this one from Cameron Hastings. 136.35, that's a 34.24, and he's eaten a good second plus out of the rest of the field.
Got silver in the 50 metre at this last night, didn't he, Robert? I think Nikolai got silver last night in the 50 metre
50 butterfly.
Yes,
probably better over a longer distance.
Picked up a gold as well as the member of City of Glasgow relay team.
No issue
with
this
start
one.
To his.
Well, that's a pretty impressive swim in a heat. Second place, Cameron Hastings, 2:12.93. I wonder if we'll get an adjusted time for Nikolai. In a scout, 2:17.24. Oh, Ethan Collins is actually 3rd, 2:16.95. Just wait for that to be confirmed. I thought it was maybe 2:10 a bit, but it's showing us 2:11.82. It just depends on the touch, I suppose. But certainly Nikolai Cisnet, very impressive swim, Jackie.
It was indeed, yes. We're used to seeing that kind of swim from him in the West Districts, but certainly he's just going from strength to strength.
Yeah, 2:10.54. I did think it was a bit faster than that. Yeah, good swim from Nikolai. Cameron, 2:12.93, and Ethan Collins, 2:16.95. think he's got the fastest time as the 16-year-olds. Comfortably get some of these guys into the final this evening.
Yeah, I think we will see them, won't we? Oh, it should be good to see. And then we're moving on now to the final heat of this 200-metre butterfly this morning. Yeah. In lane 0, Finlay Bennett, South Lanarkshire. 1, Dan Hay, Forth Valley Trident. 2, Callum Mackenzie, Perth City. 3, Logan Jackson, University of Aberdeen Performance. 4, Callum Sinclair, Warren de Baths. 5, Ross Anderton, East Lothian. 6, Aidan Anderson, University of Aberdeen Performance. 7, Edward Mills, Highland. 8, Matthew Piatek, University of Aberdeen Performance. And Lachlan Bremner, Highland, goes in lane 9. So 2:08 through to a 2:20 here. And it is Ross Anderton leading ahead of Callum Sinclair. 28.78 for Ross there at the turn. Ross Anderton from East Lothian, but he is being put under pressure by the Warren de Bath's Callum Sinclair. So our leaders are there in lanes 4 and 5. The East Lothian boy is continuing to hold the lead, and he'll go into the turn leading ahead of Callum Sinclair, 1:02.02. So we're actually faster than we were in the previous heat, as we saw comfortably won by City of Glasgow Nikolai Cisnet. So it's very close between our leaders as we're going up and into the final turn over there on the far side. I think we're looking at 3rd place for Edward Mills. We are indeed. Edward Mills, the Highland swimmer, in behind Ross Anderton and Callum Sinclair. So Ross is doing a great job at the moment as holding off the Warren de Bath swimmer, both competing in the same age group, 7 to 18. But here goes the Warren de Bath swimmer, Callum Sinclair, and he's now gained the advantage. He'll be looking for the lane tonight in the final. This time, watch this time for him, 2:11.23. I think the fastest time in his age group. Ross Anderton in a 2:13.62, and the Highland swimmer Edward Mills into 3rd place there.
Yeah, that'll get him pole position in the older age group. Just a little bit slower than Nikolai in the previous heat, but a pretty comfortable swim from Callum. He did enough to win the heat and qualify pretty comfortably indeed. So that's the 200 butterfly done and dusted. We move to backstroke. It's 100 for the girls. 8 heats, Jackie, to look forward to.
Good stuff. We've got the result, the finalists confirmed for the 15-year-old 200-metre butterfly male. So Nikolai Cisnet, Aidan Anderson, Harry Cook, Luke Thompson, Billy Trapp, Oliver Hodzik, Finlay Duffin, Richie Saunders, Jasper Broom, Ethan Clark, with our reserves being Blake Herdman and Alex Cantley. And if we move on to the 16-year-olds, Edward Mills, Ethan Collins, Lewis Maxwell-Pauls, Lucas Innes, Conan Swinney, Callum Mackenzie, James Kilpatrick, Anatoly Guizes, Finlay Bennett, Matthew Piatek, and the reserves there are Jasper Harrison and Cole Murphy. As we pull up the results for the 7 to 18-year-olds, and as we said a moment ago, we can see Callum Sinclair, Cameron Hastings, Ross Anderton, James Boddy, Innes Gow, Oscar Churnside, Lewis Gow, Holder Murphy, Logan Jackson and Mano Drysdale in the final this evening, with the reserves being Jed Armitage and Thomas Traynor.
Thank you, Jackie.
So there we are.
Let's just bang up to date, everyone.
Seems to be just a little bit of a delay here getting this next event started, event 203. We don't have a swimmer in lane 0. There's just 9 swimmers in this first heat. No, there's not. There's 8.
There's 8.
I can't count.
8. Yeah. So we have in 1 Grace Renfrew, Perth City, 2 is Rebecca Marsh, Renfrew Bass. 3, Olive Jeffrey, South Lanarkshire. 4, Madison Gourley, North Ayrshire. 5, Naomi Cochrane, Warner Bass Club. 6, Charlotte McGavin, South Lanarkshire. 7, Neely Siegel from the Warner Bass Club. And 8, Iris Blair from Finns. So 2 lengths here. 34.85, Iris Blair, our early leader. Over on the far side, Charlotte McGavin in second place. So over on the far side is where the action is at the moment. Olive Jeffrey in lane 3 on this near side, trying to get herself into the picture. Still over on the far side, it's lane 8, Iris Blair. The Kirkcaldy swimmer still going really well, but coming through very strongly to take it up at the end. Olive Jeffrey from Iris Blair and Charlotte McGavin. 1:12.72, 1:13.16 and 1:13.31. Nice finish from Olive just to take that to the death.
And heat 2 in lane 0. Hayley Johansson, West Hill. 1, Caitlin Morton, City of Glasgow. 2, Imogen Jarrett, Dundee City Aquatics. 3, Kavya Shetty, Ren 96. 4, Chloe Kirk, Milngavin Bears Den. 5, Victoria Tunio, Midlothian. 6, Kate Nolan, East Lothian. 7, Ava Pettigrew, Cumbernauld. 8, Amy Dobson, Kingston. And 9, Grace Picken, Warren de Baths. So their entry times here ranging from, well, the fact they're all in the 1:12, so this should be very interesting, very tight heat this morning. Difficult at the moment, but it looks like our leader may well be Grace Picken, the Warren de Bath swimmer over there in lane 9, just with a slight advantage. But as we're going into the turn, coming through nicely there in lane 4, Milngavin Bears Den, Chloe Kirk. I think she will turn just in behind. Well, in fact, turned in 4th there. Hayley Johansson and lane 0 takes that. Grace Picken, Victoria Tunier, Chloe Kirk. 35.10 for the leader in the lane closest to me, lane 0. So beginning to catch up with our leader, Hayley Johansson, the West Hill swimmer, but she looks like she may still have the advantage. I think she is going to bring this one home. Battle for second place. I think they'll go to lane 5. Victoria Tunier, Midlothian swimmer there in the green cap. Just touch out by lane 9's Grace Picken from Warren de Bath. So your top 3 there in that heat to be confirmed, but it was Hayley Johansson in lane 0. Sorting out times there on the board. Grace Picken in 2nd and Victoria Tunier in 3rd.
Local swimmer Hayley Johansson winning that quite easily at the end, Jackie.
She did indeed, yes. She had a good race there.
From outside lane. So we move on to our 3rd heat. Emily Dawson, Milngavin Bears Den in 0. 1, Lauren Dunlop, Dumfries. 2, Hannah Yao from University of Aberdeen Performance. 3, Emily McDougall, Highland Swim Team. 4 is Grace Blair, Forth Valley Tridents. 5, Ellie Fee, East Lothian Swim Team. 6, Ava Robertson, Midlothian. 7, Abby Henderson, South Lanarkshire. 8 is Sophie McCallum from Midlothian. And 9, Madison Stewart, University of Aberdeen Performance. Lane 5 off, nice start. Ellie Fee from East Lothian Swim Team, also well there in lane number 2. Hannah Yao from University of Aberdeen Performance, and in lane 0 and 8, Abby Henderson, South Lanarkshire. Emily Dawson is there or thereabouts, but it's advantage with Abby Henderson from Hannah Yao. And Abby Henderson at the moment over in 7. Still looks as though she's going to take this. Got about a body length clear. Ava Robertson in lane 6, coming through to challenge for that second place. It's all about Abby Henderson. No, Abby Henderson has this one. Second place looks to be Hannah Yao. And third place, Emily McDougall. Good swim from Abby, 1:10.54. Second place, Hannah Yao, 1:11.60 and 1:11.87. Fast finishing, Emily McDougall. Swim team. So a 15-year-old from South Lanarkshire takes that one.
We move on to Heat 4. In lane 0, Amy Rowell, City of Glasgow. 1, Maya Loon, University of Aberdeen Performance. 2, Ara Gill, Carnegie. 3, Amber Littlejohn, University of Aberdeen Performance. In lane 4, Seas at South Lanarkshire's Casey Dixon. 5, Gemma Brown, Carnegie. 6, Gracie Haddow, South Ayrshire. 7, Chloe Semple, South Lanarkshire. 8, Abby McMillan, City of Glasgow. And 9, Evie Lamont from Glenrothes. We do have an empty lane in lane 4. Sorry, I beg your pardon, lane 3.
Yeah.
So it did not start there. So it's tight as the girls go up, but
let's see if Anna Gill can get into the final in this one, Jackie.
Yeah, the Carnegie swimmer there looking well, looking very strong. I think she might lead the field into the turn actually there, Robert.
Yeah, lane 6 and 2 are pretty well there.
Gracie Haddow, Ara Gill, Gemma Brown, 34.12 at the halfway mark. So lane 6, it has the advantage coming out of the turn now. She's gonna have to work hard to keep that hoe, because coming up alongside her, lane 7, Chloe Semple, the South Lanarkshire swimmer. They're still all there and thereabouts at the moment, and we've seen upsets even that this close stays. Coming up really nicely, lane 5's Gemma Brown, the Carnegie swimmer.
So
but this one will belong to Ara Gill.
Yeah.
In lane 2, Gemma Brown, her teammate, takes second place, and third place goes to Gracie Haddow.
Yeah, Gemma Brown flying at the end, but not quite getting up to beat her teammate Ara Gill.
So 1:10.95 and it's 1:10.99 for our first and second place swimmers, Ara Gill and Gemma Brown there. So very tight, just ran out of water to overhaul our leader.
Just a little bit slower than entry time, but I think that will get Ara comfortably into the 15-year-old final. So we move on to heat number 5, Jasmine Robertson, and 0, Abigail Hill, 1, Ashley Drake, 2, that's Aberdeen, Mulganbeers 10, Warnburg Bass, 3, Ciara Pemble Best, 4, Sophie Steele, South Ayrshire, Imogen Lowen 5, West Hill, Maya Rogers, Warnburg Bass, and 6, Leila Smith, Aberdeen in 7, Isabel Cohen, Hartford Lothian 8, and Caitlin Peebles, East Lothian swim team, goes in 9. Our early leader, Ciara Pemble, in lane number 3, is being challenged by Ashley Drake in 2, and over in 7, Ciara Pemble takes that from 7 and 2. Camilla Smith, 109.80 second. Ashley Drake third, 109.95. But Ciara Pemble just hanging on, 109.31 to take that. Another tight finish.
It was indeed, wasn't it? Yes. So we're moving on to heat 6. And in lane 0, Freya Keeling, Carnegie. Lane 1, Lucy McLeod, Forth Valley Tridents. Lane 2, Lily Mundell, Heart of Midlothian. 3, Elsa Club, Aberdeen Dolphins. 4, Catherine Renfrew, Perth City. 5, Kiana Kurtze, Warrender Bath. 6, Zoe Crawford, Forth Valley Tridents. 7, Alison Wood, Highland. 8, Phoebe Arbuckle, Warrender Baths, and 9, Abigail Crawford, City of Glasgow. range of entry times here, but I'm not sure I can see past the Perth City swimmer Catherine Renfrew here, Robert.
Yeah. We delay there because of a wee bit background noise. That's why they were stood down. All good to go.
So there we go.
Strong
start
start,
now.
yeah. Very strong start in 7 and 5 there. Jack Allison Wood.
Yes, it is.
Out smartly, as was Catherine Renfrew.
Yep. The red cap of Perth City there in the centre of the pool. Said fastest on paper, certainly a 104, 105 next to her, Lauren de Bath swimmer, Kiana. And it is Catherine Renfrew that leads the field in. There you go, 31.70 ahead of Alison Wood and Kiana Kurtz there. Lily Mundell in 4th place, not too far away. Abigail Crawford also in 5th, not too far either. Certainly for 2nd and 3rd place in this heat. But the Perth City swimmer continues to lead. She has just about a body length advantage over Warren de Bath's swimmer, Kiana Kurtz, who I think has the advantage for 2nd place, with 3rd place going to Alison Wood. There in lane 7. Actually going to be your finish order. It is indeed Catherine Renfrew in a 105.75, Kiana in a 107.55, and Alison finishing in 3rd place there in a time of 108.13.
Yeah, but well swam from Alison Wood from lane number 8 to get 3rd place. In 7 rather. We'll probably get her into a final as we move on to the penultimate heat. 2nd seeded heat. 0, Lisa McNair, Stirling Swimming in 0-1. Anna Easton, Dundee City Aquatics. 2, Lyra Weatherspoon, Heart of Midlothian. 3, Iris Ferry from Cumbernauld. 4, Eve Wood from Orkney. 5, Rosie Foster, Warner Bass Club. 6, Heather Club, Aberdeen Dolphins. In 7, Elgin Murray, Dundee City Aquatics. 8, Naomi Wilson, Warner Bass Club. And 9, Sydney Boyd from Midlothian. Well, it was a very strong start from the Arcadian, Eve Wood. And out extremely strongly indeed. Bronze medalist in this last year, North District Age Champion. And she is our early leader, 31.59, a wee bit faster than the previous heat. We'll see how Eve copes with the 2nd part of the race. At the moment, pretty well. Good body length clear in her club. Going very nicely indeed. And this is certainly going to be Eve Wood's race. Her club going to get 2nd place. Finalist in this last year, and when it's Scottish Schools, she'll get 3rd actually, as Erin Ferris from Cumbernauld flies in to take 2nd, just ahead of Heather Club. In Ferris 107.29, in 2nd Heather 107.92, but no doubt about Eve Wood 105.88. Nice steady swim from her. And we'll get her comfortably into the older age group final.
Yep,
with
we'll
Erin Ferris as well. Heather Club just 15, so she's probably going to get one of the middle lanes with that time.
And we move on to the final heat of this event in Lane 0, Bronwyn Payne, Best. Lane 1, Caitlin Reid, Warren de Bath. Lane 2, Madison Cole, University of Aberdeen Performance, with her teammate Jessica Kirkwood swimming in Lane 3. Lane 4, Heidi Wren, City of Glasgow. 5, Abby McAnany Inverclyde. 6, Isla Wetton, East Lothian. 7, Alice Harper, City of Glasgow. 8, Goatsea's Leah Rafferty, Western Bartonshire. And 9, Anna Tachenko, City of Glasgow. And into the turn there, it's City of Glasgow's Heidi Wren leading ahead of Inverclyde's Abby McAnany with Bronwyn Payne in third place there, 31.59 for our leader. And she's got a body length advantage over the rest of the field. There's the 18-year-old from City of Glasgow, entered on a 1:02, so she's right where we would expect to see her, with a 1:05 for Abby McAnary, the Inverclyde swimmer, up in second, but she's coming up alongside Heidi. These girls will know what they have to do to get themselves the best lanes from this evening, but it's Abby McAnary who takes that in a 1:06.15 ahead of Heidi Wren in a 1:06.31, and Isla Wetton takes up third place in a 1:08.72. We will see these girls back in the finals this evening.
Very impressive swim from Abby there. She was motoring down that last 15 metres, Jackie. She really wanted to take that one.
She did indeed, yes. She wanted
that
to.
will give her, I think, pole position in the 16-year-old age group for this evening.
Should do, yes.
Heidi Wren doing enough though. Very smartly away, and surface roughly about 13.5 metres. Really got pretty near that faraway marker. So Heather Clubb, Lily Mendell, Rila Smith, Abby Henderson, Fia Keeling, Alec Gill, Grace Haddo, Alice Harper, Casey Dixon, Orlith Jeffrey. That's our finalists. In the 15-year-old for the girls backstroke, Maya Loon and Grace Pickens are our reserves. Move to the end of the pool for
the 50 metre breaststroke. Yes,
we'll be coming up in just a wee moment.
So the officials just
we can give you the 16-year-olds: Abby McKerney, Ella Wheaton, Jessica Kirkwood, Abigail Crawford, Caitlin Reid, Lisa McNair, Hannah Yao, Chloe Semple, Ailey Johnson and Jasmine Robertson, Ailey McDougall and Ava Robertson reserves. So the 50 metres breaststroke: Finlay Johnston, Lockie Bullock, Boyd Fernside, Julian Schott, Seth Ernard, El Sayed, Jack Higney, Max Kelly, Fraser Muir, Leighton Bonner and Finlay Maurice. 35s through to 36 is the times in this one. Two middle lanes really having the contest. Saf El Sayed in 4. Certainly a body length clear. Jack Higney and Julian Schott, I think, are going to finish second, third over the far side in 9. Also well there, Finlay Maurice, who just gets second ahead of Jack Higney. Seth takes that 33.82. Second place, Finlay Maurice, 35.01 and 35.08 for Jack. That was a very solid swim from Seth. Well clear of the rest, 33.82. The 17-18-year-old finalists for the girls are Catherine Renfrew, Eve Wood, Heidi Wren, Erin Ferris, Kenna Kurtza, Alison Wood, Rosie Foster, Kira Pemble, Ashley Drake, Phoebe Arbuckle, with Zoe Crawford and Imogen Lau, our reserves.
Back to the pool, heat 2 of the 50 metre breaststroke for the males. Lane 0, Charlie Slane, Ethan Buchanan, Austin McPherson, Alex Cantley, Cameron Mayer, Alfie Price, Logan Moffat, Anatoly Guizi, Matthew Jack and Martin Romix. It's lane 5 there, Alfie Price, the Orcadian, who has this. He's a body length ahead with half a length to go of the rest of the field. This is all about second and third place here. As lane 5 moves Alfie Price. He's coming into the closing stages now. He will take this ahead of the University of Aberdeen performance there in lane 3, Alex Cantley, and Matthew Jack takes third place at 32.08. So,
well, I think that'll comfortably get him a swim this evening with that time. What a great swim.
It was indeed a good swim, so we'll look forward to seeing him back.
Yeah, 34.5 was the entry time, and he stormed down there. 32.08. What a good time to post. Heat number 3. 0 to 9. Joe Crawford, Clark Maitland-Gill, Ryan Crabb, Harry Duncan, Felix Kolick, Matthew Liesengang, Liam Warner, Zachary Weatherhead, Cameron Medema and Taylor Karam. Low 34s to sort of mid 34s for this one. Had some very fast times from the two guys that have won the first two heats. '15 and 16-year-olds in this one. So smartly away, pretty level start. And at this stage, difficult to make out a clear leader. There's 4 or 5 very well in the mix. Felix possibly in 4. Harry Duncan in 3, coming through strongly. Now it's very tight coming inside the final few metres. Felix Kolix, Harry Duncan and Ryan Crabb. That looks to be lane 3 perhaps. It was Felix that just got it. Felix 33.32 from Ryan Crabb, 33.36 and 33.43. Barely a tenth between the first 3. It's all about getting that hand position in the right spot. And very much on the touch for those 3 guys.
Now we move on to Heat 4, Lane 0, Angus Woods, 1, Luke Thompson, 2, Hamish Maxwell, 3, Carrick Thompson, 4, Kyle Connolly, 6, Harris Woodward, that was 5, I beg your pardon, 6, Lewis Bray, 7, Cameron Mason, 8, Arthur Miller and 9, Nathan Smith.
Again, 15 and 6-year-olds in this one. Look for Angus Woods maybe. Jackie is an outside.
Yes, as an outsider. They're in lane 0, entire swimmer. Swimming down there at the Equilibrium in Campbelltown. It's the only pool they've got down in that area of the world. So any experience of long course for him definitely has to be up here or West Districts.
Yeah, possibly.
Comes up to.
Yeah, it just doesn't happen very often.
No, it doesn't. We're just waiting for things to be resolved here. So once we finish the 50 metres here for the boys, we're going to be moving on to 400 IM for our female swimmers. What's that? Right.
Angus Woods, Luke Thompson, Hamish Maxwell, Carrick Thompson, Kyle Connolly, Magnus Patrick, Lewis Bray, Cameron Mason, Arthur Miller, Nathan Smith. Jackie.
It is indeed, yes. Thank you for that, Robert. There was just a slight adjustment there. And it's lane 6. Lewis Bray, who has the advantage now over the South Atlantic swimmer Kyle Connolly, coming through really nicely over on the far side, Arthur Miller. But this does belong to lane 5. Sorry, lane 6, I beg your pardon. Lewis Bray in a time of 32.25. He took that in ahead of Angus Woods, the Kintyre swimmer, in lane 0. And Kyle Connolly, South Lanarkshire, finish in a 33.34.
Nice swim, Lewis. Well done.
There was a confusion there about a swimmer, which is why I wasn't watching what you were saying, but we're looking for the clubs, aren't we? We'll get it for the 400 IM.
Everclyde swimmer Lewis Bray taking that very comfortably at the end.
Okay. So on to Heat 5. Lane 0, Thomas Robertson. Lane 1, Craig Hartley. Lane 2, Cameron Jolly. 3, Rory Vick. 4, Michael Gavin. 5, Keir Stormont. 6, Finley Byrne. 7, Jamie Farnan. 8, George Zimowski. And 9, Kyle Mossman. All times here. Late 32s, early 33s, so there's another tight,
this should be a tight
heat
one.
thing. Yeah. Still not in the seeded heats.
There seems to be a wee hiccup
an
down
issue.
the far end.
It does. As you can see, the boys have been asked to stand down just while things are being resolved. So
take 2.
Here we go.
Important that everything is all kosher for the start. Oh dear.
Oh.
I don't know if there's a wee technical hitch with the electronics. Getting them started at the far end.
Right, take
Third time
3.
lucky maybe.
Take 3. There we go. Difficult for the boys actually to be facing this, but it can happen, so you have to be prepared. But and we're underway for this Heat 5 now. As I said, we're looking at times ranging from the late 32 to 33, but there's the pink cap there, the heart of Midlothian, Keir Stormont. There in lane 6, he has the advantage over the rest of the field, swimming really nicely up and kind of get up alongside him, lanes 4 and 5. Michael Gavin. Finley Byrne actually I think is going to take this. Oh,
8.
Very tight, very tight. Keir Stormont took that ahead of Stranraer's George
Lebowski.
And in third place, Rory Vick for Warren de Bath. That was a very fast. Things changing all the time there.
Hardly anything in that one, Jackie. It's been the tightest one we've had so far at the meet.
32-30.
32-30 dead
joint
heat.
First dead heat for 2 boys there.
So we move on to heat number 6. Tyler Spalding, Maslin Wong, Hayden Pritchard, Fraser Dow, Aidan Williamson, Archie Smith, Lewis Muir, Lewis Lothian, Miller Cunningham and Alif Amar. It's the last of the unseeded heats. And let's see who's got the advantage at the early start. Lane 8, Miller Cunningham. Archie Smith in lane 5. Trying to get into the mix, Aidan Williamson, Fraser Dow in 4 and 3. At the moment, it might just be Archie Smith in 5 with the advantage, but it's all tightening up. Inside the final few metres, Fraser Dow, Per City, I think, has got this one from lane 5 and possibly lane 1. It was Fraser Dow, 31.76. Archie Smith was third in lane 5. It was lane 1, Maslin Wong, who just by 100 got second, 31.76 for Fraser. Maslin 32.24 and 32.25 in
So we move on
place.
to the seeded
Archie
heats
Smith.
now, Robert, don't we?
Yep.
And in lane 0, Logan Warburton, 1, Adam Hill, 2, Toby Bullock, 3, Logan van der Meulen, 4, Finlay Sang, 5, Ewan Weir, 6, Callum MacArthur, 7, Kyron Chapman, 8, Torrin Leversedge, and 9, Luke McColm. So one boy here sub 30 seconds, the City of Glasgow, Finlay Sang. So let's see what happens. It's going there. We will be hunting him down. So that again, I think we're looking at another very fast heat. Almost. Didn't dare to say it there, Robert. Well, we got off first time, but we have.
We have indeed.
We have indeed. And it's City of Glasgow's Finlay Sang there in lane 4, who has a very slight advantage. But as I said, they are coming back at him, hunting him down. It's Finlay who has the advantage ahead of Ewan Weir. They're in the pink cap of, red cap of Perth City, but coming up very strongly there in lane 3. And we see Logan van der Meulen from Sterling Swimming. So Finlay Sang takes that in a 29.85. Sub 30 seconds for him. The first time we've seen that posted in these 50-metre breaststrokes this morning. Logan van der Meulen in a 30.16 and Ewan Weir in a 30.21.
I just think Finlay was doing enough to win that, Jackie.
He looked like he's very comfortable.
comfortable.
He knew what he was doing and wasn't going to to do anything other than what he needed to do.
Yeah. Heat 5, Stephen Doustax, Aidan Bruce, Finlay Nelson, Craig Shaw, Conor Mitchell, Royce Crongelis, Rory Webster, Corey Phillip, Luke Garrity, Fraser van den Moelen. Well, going nicely in 5, Royce Crongelis, just ahead of Conor Mitchell. Royce, I think, won last night. But, coming through strongly now just to take it up. Conor Mitchell, Royce Crongelis, Craig Shaw. That looks to be the 1, 2, 3. And that is indeed the 1, 2, 3 with Rory Webster in lane 6 and 4th. 29.81. Royce 30.05 and 30.54. Craig Shaw. Good swim from Steppins in the outside lane, 31.58 from Stranraer. 15-year-old, that might be the fastest time for the 15-year-olds.
Well, he was in finals last night, wasn't he, as well, and had some good swims. As you said, Steppins took gold in the 15-year-old 200-metre breaststroke. Rogers took gold in the 7 to 18 group. So heat 9, lane 0, Rory McCallum, 1, Roman Wood, 2, Jaden Chan, 3, Dylan Mitchell, 4, Lachlan Small, 5, Johnny Martin, 6, Atanis Gerikov, 7, Mano Drysdale, 8, Cameron Hastings, and 9, Sam Cool. And this is really tight. Oh, there's 3 boys in the centre of the pool there, 4, 5 and 6. Lachlan Small, Johnny Martin, Atanis Arekanov coming up nicely alongside Manu Drysdale. And that one went to the Stirling Swimmings. Lachlan Small in a 30.34 ahead of Johnny Martin of Perth City in a 30.45 with Dylan Mitchell, Warren de Baths in 3rd place in a 30.59.
Well, very strong finish there. Lachlan Smith just getting his arms in the right position to take that one, but it was a pretty tight finish indeed.
And as you said, Steppins Nastiuk swim in heat 7 there, heat 8, I beg your pardon, has got himself into the final and the fastest time there of 31.58. So you find the 15-year-old finalists for the 50-metre breaststroke are Steppins Nastiuk, Lewis Bray, Rory Vick, Michael Gavin, Cameron Jolly, Angus Woods, Ryan Crabb, Alex Cantley, Luke Thompson and Jamie Farnan.
We could have a swim-off, Jackie.
We could, yes, because we've got 2 sitting at 33.72. So we'll wait and we'll be updated with that, and we'll let you know as soon as we know what is occurring.
Jack might be back in the water.
So 16-year-old finalists are Lachlan Small, Dylan Mitchell, Atanis Arankov, Fraser van der Moelen, Fraser Dow, Roman Wood, Logan Warburton, Alfie Price, George Zimowski, Miller Cunningham, with our reserves, Tyler Spalding and Lewis Lothian. So 7 to 18-year-olds, Conor Mitchell, Finlay Sang, Rogers Crongelis, Logan van der Moelen, Ewan Weir, Johnny Martin, Craig Shaw, Rory Webster, Callum MacArthur, Jaden Chan, and reserves Corey Phillip and Adam Hill. So slowing the pace down a little bit now, I think, Robert, from the excitement of the 50-metre breaststroke there. And we're moving on to the 400 IM for the female swimmers, and this is event 205. So we've got 6 heats, I think, there seems to be, just at the moment. But in heat 1 is lane 0, Iris Blair from Finns. Lane 1, Ara Gill, Carnegie. 2, Rosie Stutchfield, Warren de Baths. 3, Abby Mitchell. Elgin, 4, Maya Stahl, Step Rock. 5, Sadie Falconer, Moni Feith. 6, Lauren Cantley, University of Aberdeen Performance. 7, Rebecca Reid, Warren de Baths. 8, Charlotte Higgins, University of Aberdeen Performance. And 9, Ailey Siegel, Warren de Baths. So as I said, it's 400-metre IM for the girls, and the entry times range from a 5:33 to a 5:40. So let's see what what transpires here in the pool, but taking the early lead over there in lane 7. We see Rebecca Reid from Warrender Baths. She's leading ahead of Lauren Cantley and Maya Stahl. She has some 3 seconds of a lead just about there after the first 50 metres.
We hope that some of these girls can get under 5.5 minutes here, Jackie. Entry times 5:33 to 5:40. That'll certainly be the target to try and negotiate themselves potentially into a final if they can.
It's a very strong start though from the Warrender Bath swimmer, isn't it, Robert? Rebecca Reid,
very much so.
Very commanding as she goes into the first transition. Transitioning to backstroke.
Important not to go out too hard on the butterfly, just keep it as steady as you can.
So Victoria Tunier in behind her and Ara Gill in 3rd place after the first 100 metres.
Expect Ara Gill to come through on the backstroke.
Yeah, Ara Gill there in lane 1.
Yeah, there are other swimmers a long way back when you think about it. Some 7 seconds of a gap.
Keep an eye on the times as they go into the turn at the halfway breaststroke. It looks possibly like Ara Gill may be closing that gap a little bit, but we'll see. 1:54 for Rebecca there too, so it's just a 6-second gap now, possibly pulled in a little bit. Did our second place
for Ara there.
Ara
so
Gill.
closed it down 1.5 seconds. But you still expect Rebecca halfway to have maybe a 4-second advantage. And they're very strung out at this early stage. So unless we get something substantial in breaststroke from the pack, the leader's got a commanding advantage over Ara Gill and the rest.
Yeah, up into 3rd place now over there in lane 9. We see Ailey Seagull. So the Warrender Bath swimmer Rebecca Reid, 2:37. She's got a 5-second advantage over Ara Gill there. But nice turn there for lane 2. Rosie Stutchfield up into 3rd place now. So Ara Gill trying to close the gap. I think she's succeeding. Rebecca Reid has the advantage, but the gap has definitely closed between her and our 2nd place Ara Gill. Coming up nicely and beside Ara is Rosie Stitchfield, the Warrender Bath swimmer. So into the turn, Rebecca Reid, 3:27. Rosie Stutchfield takes 2nd there for the 3:32, so the gap hasn't really closed, in fact. My eyes, I think, looking at the...
Wonder swimmer, Rosie Stutchfield and Lauren Cantley certainly making a bit of a move on breaststroke now, Jackie. The Wonder swimmer really getting to grips with this race, as is Lauren Cantley. They're going to be a Wonder 1-2 halfway.
Could well be Rosie Stutchfield. She had the turn there, the last turn there, 2nd. Ara, I think, pulled that back, but Rosie's coming right back at her again and will turn in 2nd place in behind her teammate, Rebecca
All to play for on the
Reid.
freestyle.
It is indeed turning. Oh, look at that. Lauren Cantley right up there as well and ahead of Ara Gill now. Rebecca Reid, Rosie Stutchfield, Lauren Cantley, Ara Gill. Your top 4 there as we go into the freestyle, and as Robert's just said, it's all to play for. That lead that Rebecca built up has been eaten away particularly over the last 100 metres with the breaststroke from the girls. And Ara's beginning to move away from Rosie Stutchfield. We need to watch Lauren Cantley over there in lane 6 as Rebecca Reid still has the advantage going into the final turn. She does. 4:57, 4:58 for Ara Gill. Lauren Cantley in 3rd there in a 4:59. So Ara
Gill's really got
picked
to
up
fly.
the pace now in that last 50 metres to get herself back up into 2nd, but Lauren Cantley is coming back at her, so there is a battle for 2nd place, and we could see potential overhaul of our leader as Lauren Cantley gets within touching distance. Will she have enough water to do this? Rebecca Reid continues to lead here. Rebecca's going to hang on to this. She takes that in a time of 5:34.21. Lauren Cantley finishes in second in 5:35.28, and it's Ara Gill in third with a 5:36.16.
Good swims from those three. Nice wee PBs, long course PBs, and that's a gutsy swim from Rebecca Reid.
Yes, took that out really strongly, didn't she? And it was only in the closing stages of the breaststroke that they began to start to close that gap, and her freestyle came under pressure, but she held it together, and she took that very nicely for her win, the win in Heat 1.
So that's the lineup for Heat 2. Emily Thompson, Perth City in 0. Erling McPhee, Malthouse Penguins in 1. Leila Smith, Aberdeen in 2. Leah Rafferty, Western Bartonshire 3. Jessica Smith, University of Aberdeen Performance in 4. Daisy Gildee, City Glasgow 5. Jessica Powell, Elgin 6. Caitlin Frame, Forth Valley Trident 7. Emma Burrell, Midlothian 8. And Emily Neal from Heart of Midlothian in lane 9. Well, I'm sure they were wondering what name they would have to come up with for the Forth Valley team. I wonder if it might have been Kelpies, since there's the horses beside Falkirk.
That certainly was a possibility, isn't it? Looking at the location of the three clubs that amalgamated, but I think they were pretty strong Forth Valley Tridents.
Yeah, the Trident with the 3 prongs.
Sure, that will be
was the one that's been chosen.
Sure, it will be shortened to FV Tridents.
Yep.
Or just Tridents.
Just Tridents.
Just Tridents, because we do have the Forth Valley Water Polo Club over in the same part of the world. They're in West District. But anyway, back to the pool. Let's have a look here. So
Smith
Butterfly.
well. You can see her in lane 2. Jessica Smith. 2 Smiths, 1 and 2, but it's Jessica with the advantage by roughly a second. 1:13.55, 1:14.73. So not too much between those at the butterfly section. Emma Burrell over lane 8. Going pretty well. The crowd swimmer.
We do have clear water, don't we, between our 2 leaders and the rest of the field. It's not perhaps the same advantage that we were seeing in Heat 1 for Rebecca Reid at this stage. So anything's possible, particularly as the breaststroke changes lots, doesn't it, Robert? And so we'll wait and see what happens. But it's at lane 4. And Jessica Smith, the 18-year-old from University of Aberdeen Performance, leading this field ahead of lane 2. Kalila Smith from Aberdeen, 15-year-old there. Nice shot there of our leader, Jessica Smith. She comes into transition into breaststroke. Turning there in
halfway, but this is the key part of the race. All much around about 41s, 42s for that backstroke section. Some of the back markers in 5th and 6th, very strong breaststroke could get them well back into the field here. Still Jessica Smith with a good advantage. Caitlin Frame.
Caitlin Frame's coming right up into the picture now, isn't she?
Making some headway.
Up into second place.
No one else really making
her.
a move. All very much the same, this Jackie on the breaststroke. I don't think there's anyone really motoring.
Doesn't appear to be at the moment.
Their time 47.29. Caitlin 47.48. Well, yeah, deceptive. No one else swimming particularly fast, you see, on this breaststroke section. So Jessica Smith looks as though if she just keeps this going, she'll have this well under control now. Caitlin Frame well clear in second, with the rest a long way back. So very much looks like Jessica Smith has got this one.
It does indeed, and I think Emily Neal was in third there, wasn't she? But she's been put under pressure by lane 6, Jessica Powell, the Elgin swimmer, for that placing as we come into the next transition and transition into freestyle. And it is indeed the Elgin swimmer who now takes third place into going into the turn after that breaststroke. So
it's about 6 or so seconds faster than the previous heat. So we're looking maybe somewhere around the high 520s as a finish. Caitlin well clear in second. It's a question of third place, which is probably going to be Jessica Powell at the moment. And it's the other Jessica Smith with the advantage. 4:51.36 with 50 to go. And you would expect a nice strong finish, somewhere around about the 5:27, 5:28 perhaps. Caitlin Frame will have to settle for second. It's pretty close for third. This is Powell still in third place. There's that snapshot of our winner of Heat 2. Well done, Jessica. 5:28.01. Just inside her entry time. Caitlin Frame, 5:33.05. And in third place, it was Emily Neal, just getting ahead of Jessica Powell, 5:39.40, 5:39.93.
Emily was determined not to let go of that third place. Jessica overtook her in the closing stages of the breaststroke, but Emily fought hard to get that back and proved worthwhile, finishing in third place there. So we move on to Heat 3, Lane 0, Thea Glenn, City of Glasgow 1, Leonie Bedborough, Heart of Midlothian. In lane 2, Gemma Brown, Carnegie. Lane 3 is Kirsty Breakin. Lane 4 is now Lucy Sloan. Lane 5 is Kayla Smith, City of Glasgow. Lane 6, Ella Cunningham, City of Glasgow. Lane 7, Caitlin Urquhart, Highland. Lane 8, Emma Binney. And lane 9, Louise Connell, City of Glasgow. So there has just been that change. It's Lucy Sloan, the Bathgate swimmer, who has gone into lane 5 there.
For Jackie.
I beg your pardon, lane 4. So not Zoe Crawford, but Lucy Sloan. And
she's got a much slower entry time, Jackie. She's about 20 seconds slower than the original swimmer. So
yeah, she's entered on a 5:41. But
back.
Yeah, so in the centre of the pool, but she's got a lane, Robert. Who knows? We don't know.
Who knows?
So coming into the first transition with the advantage, fairly tight there, but I think it's going to go to lane 3. Gemma Brown, no, beg your pardon, sorry, I misread that. Kirsty Breakin in first. Louise Connell over there in lane 9, taking second place. And third place is Gemma Brown. So transitioned into backstroke. Let's see what happens. And nobody's made nobody has clear water at the moment.
Also in the mix, Jackie.
Kirsty Breakin there. Caitlin Urquhart's getting herself up into the mix there in lane 7. Fourth at the turn after 100 metres, but I think she now has the advantage for third place. That's coming up alongside our leader. Kirsty Breakin is Gemma Brown. Let's watch the board as they go into the turn. Kirsty has that. Caitlin Urquhart up into second ahead of Gemma Brown now. Louise Connell just fallen back a little bit, but there's still all to play for.
Jackie.
Lane 6, Ella Cunningham, yes, coming through really nicely on this backstroke section. So the field's still fairly tightly packed there.
Expect
in
Ella
lanes.
Cunningham to be virtually upsides the leaders when we get to halfway, Jackie.
And she's certainly moving through the water really nicely there as Ella Cunningham in lane 6. So we're going to transition into breaststroke. At the moment, the leader looks like it's lane 7, Caitlin Urquhart. Just on the touch there, we'll watch that. It is Caitlin Urquhart leading ahead of Gemma Brown, Kirsty Brecken, and 4th place, Ella Cunningham. But let's watch this breaststroke section. Ella's beginning to really motor now. She's got herself up right up alongside the leaders. The advantage still lies with lane 7, Caitlin Urquhart, but only just, because here comes Ella Cunningham. And she's going to take the lead now. A wee bit of an eye on lane 3, Kirsty Brecken, but I think Ella's overtaken her as well now.
Kayla Smith coming.
Kayla Smith there in lane 5. She's moving up now. This is going to be very tight at the turn.
Second at the summer meet, Kayla Smith. So,
second at the summer meet at this event for Kayla Smith. So we'll just see what she can do. So these girls, I beg your pardon, really showing their ability in breaststroke now, and we've got 4 almost in a line.
Hartson and Leona Bedborough coming through extremely strongly in 1 as well, Jackie.
You need to watch lane 1, as you say, Robert. Yes, so at the moment the advantage is lying with Kayla Smith. I think she'll hold. She's moving away about a body length. Ella Cunningham is in 2nd place. 3rd place alongside Ella, we have Caitlin Urquhart, but coming up really nicely, Kirsty Brecken, also Leona Bedborough, all coming into the turn now, in behind our leader, Kayla Smith, there in lane 5. So 3 girls after the turn, all in position for 2nd and 3rd place, but let's not discount Caitlin Urquhart. She's still in touch with those 3 girls. But our leader at the moment is Kayla Smith. Ella Cunningham coming up alongside her. So can she respond as the girls go into the final turn?
Leona Bedborough still.
It's going to be very tight. Leona Bedborough, watch her, lane 1, up into 2nd place now, in behind Kayla Smith. Ella Cunningham just right in behind Leonie. 4th place, Kirsty Brecken. So this is still very tight and all to play for, as we're coming down to just about half a length to go now. And Leona Bedborough, I think Bedborough looks like she may well have the advantage, and she's certainly motoring down this final. But Ella Cunningham's coming back, as is Kayla Smith. This is going to be really tight going in here. Let's not discuss. It's all about the touch, and it goes to Ella Cunningham, the City of Glasgow swimmer, takes that ahead of Leona Bedborough, and in turn ahead of Kayla Smith. What, 5:30:39? It was indeed a good race.
All a lot slower than their entry times. So we'll have to wait and see if any of them have got times to get them into a final. I think Kayla Smith, though, the 15-year-old, not too many 15-year-olds to come, so she'll be okay.
Yes, by the looks of it, she should do. It's
but the 2 6-year-olds, Ella Cunningham, Leona Bedborough, will be probably on the margin.
There's a chance.
Yeah, got a chance. As long as the other ones don't swim super fast.
So we're into the first of the seeded heat, aren't we, Robert, now? Yes.
Yeah. This is where we should see all the action in the middle lanes. It doesn't happen all the time. So on to heat number 4. 0, Freya Keeling, Carnegie. 1, Kirsty Brecken, Finns. 2, Amelia Burrell from Glenrothes. 3 is Lisa McNair, Stirling Swimming. 4, Lucy Hall, East Lothian Swim Team. 5, Sydney Boyd from Midlothian. 6, Amy Rowell, City Glasgow. 7, Josie Grimes, Warner Baths. 8, Molly Weir from Heart of Midlothian. And 9, Abby McMillan, City of Glasgow. You know, very much a central based heat, this one. 5 Lothians and Glasgow. Amy Rowell, City Glasgow swimmer, out strongly on the butterfly, but they're all pretty well bunched from lanes 3 through to lane 8. No swimmer in lane 2. So may have stopped swimming. The advantage with Sydney Boyd and Amy Rowell both touching together, 1:13.17. Not far behind, Josie Grimes, Lucy Hall, Molly Weir. So the backstroke section, Sydney Boyd, a brilliant swimmer, pretty nicely. Bit of body length clear after the first section of the backstroke. Molly Weir over in lane 8 in second, Lucy Hall and Amy Rowell with Lisa McNair. Second, third, fourth and fifth, those 5 at the moment.
Certainly not much in times-wise between your second, third, fourth and fifth, is there, Robert? So
not a lot
can happen with
Sydney
with
at the moment going the best of those 5 swimmers, pulling away in the backstroke, having a very solid backstroke is Sydney. So finalist in this last year, silver medalist at the summer meet, and we'll see how she goes on the breaststroke halfway mark, 2:33.42. The rest are probably going to do their best to come back at her. She's still holding a reasonable advantage. Lisa McNair has gone second, and just shade second, Lucy Hall beside her. And over in 8, Molly Weir, they're still prominent. Amy Rowell just drops back that little bit. The City of Glasgow swimmer, I thought she'd be well there in the breaststroke section, but not making any headway yet. Sydney's still with advantage. Lisa McNair closes a wee bit. No, Sydney a 48.11, Lisa 47, Molly a 47, Lucy Hall fastest of those 4, a 46. So nobody's going significantly fast on the breaststroke section, so this looks good for Sydney. At the moment, she's got a good 2 or 3 metres advantage before we move on to the freestyle, and the Midlothian lasses certainly kept it together pretty well. Coming down to the final transition, and we move over to the freestyle section. It's been a very solid breaststroke, 4:09.01, 47.48. Well, she's certainly kept a little bit in the tank to just pull away. She's got 3 seconds over Lisa McNair, Lucy Hall in third, and Molly Weir fourth. But I can't see past the Midlothian lass now, Jackie. She's got this one pretty well nailed.
Like she has, yes.
Look to see Lucy Hall coming through strongly to challenge for that minor place with Lisa. At the moment, Sydney's just got to keep this going. Had about a 3-second advantage. Well, maybe I've spoken a wee bit too soon, Jackie. She still
let's have a look at this.
Has the advantage.
No, she's still got just about 3 seconds there over Lucy Hall.
Still just got to keep it going. Lucy Hall, though, has just got past Lisa McNair and might fancy her chances of putting in a challenge, but Sydney's got this one. Lisa McNair doesn't want to give up second place. She's coming back at Lucy Hall. Good contest for second. But Sydney's hanging on at the death. Sydney boys just going to take this from Lisa McNair and Lucy Hall. Another good race, girls. Well done to Sydney. We'll wait for the time coming up. Lisa McNair's time's 5:25.25, 5:26.11 for Lucy Hall. We've now got the time up for Sydney, 5:24.36. Now, hopefully that should be good enough to get all 3 into finals this evening, Jackie.
It looks like it at the moment, I think, Robert.
Yeah, maybe not quite what they were entered on, but nevertheless, yeah, probably good enough.
But it will give them a long course time and the opportunity to get into the finals tonight. So, assuming that the time they've entered in are
indeed
short course conversions.
Just confirming, we did have lane 2 starting, but I think, as I mentioned, we suspected after the first length of Butterfly, Amelia had to stop, so disqualification because of that.
And we move on to Heat 5. In lane 0, Lexi Lamont, Aberdeen. Lane 1, Charlotte Thompson, Midlothian. Lane 2, Amber Hinton, Dumfries. Lane 3, Alice Cumming, City of Glasgow. Lane 4, Zara Quaritch, East Lothian. Lane 5, Emmy Aitken, University of Aberdeen Performance. Lane 6, Alice Harper, City of Glasgow. Her teammate Abigail Crawford swims in lane 7, and their teammate Caris Mooney swims in lane 8. Lane 9 sees Katie Coventry, Morpeth. So we've just received confirmation that there will be a swim-off for the 15-year-olds, 50-metre breaststroke for the reserves. I think the swim-off will be Arthur Miller and Matthew Jack, posting same times there, 33.72, and that will take place before the relays this morning. So we look forward to that. So back into the pool.
So Emmy Aiken, as Jackie mentioned, our early leader, but coming through very strongly. Charlotte Thompson, very good butterfly from her, 1:08.56. The whole raft of swimmers behind Alice Cumming, Zara Kravitz, Emmy Aiken, 3, 4 and 5, all prominent. And you'd certainly expect Zara Kravitz to come through and put in a good challenge along with Emmy Aiken here.
Thank you.
Oh, Charlotte's doing pretty well, Jackie.
She is.
Lane 1, just to shade this from Zara and Emmy.
She is indeed, yes, and nice purple cap there in lane 1. Charlotte Thompson in 3rd place there. Perhaps that shot just a moment ago, but it is lane 4. So Zara Quaritch, who will go into the transition into breaststroke, leading this field. The East Lothian swimmer, 2:28.55 for Zara. Charlotte Thompson in behind her, 2:30.06. And it's Emmy Aiken in 3rd place. So halfway mark, breaststroke, 100 metres for the girls. Let's see what happens.
Yeah,
Zara's still leading.
Yeah, you certainly expect Zara, a very strong breaststroker,
to build on her lead here, I think. Yes,
Charlotte very good as well in breaststroke, and Emmy Aiken, another one.
Charlotte's beginning to wind it up, but I don't think she's got managing to close the gap between herself and Zara. 3:12 for Zara. Charlotte on a 3:13.96. Emmy Aiken in 3rd place. Abigail Crawford just in behind them in 4th. Let's see what Abigail can do. Swimming over there in lane 7. Also coming through really nicely, we see City of Glasgow's Alice Cumming. She's up and alongside, certainly for 3rd place at the moment. But it is the East Lothian swimmer, Zara Quaritch. They're continuing to lead, as Robert said. A strong breaststroker, and you'd expect to see her, but so is Charlotte. Charlotte is not giving up. Really, they're closing the gap there. She's coming to within half a body length of Zara now as they transition for the final time. Transitioning into freestyle, so we have Zara Quaritch ahead of Charlotte Thompson And then 3 girls right in behind them, 2 certainly at the moment. Abigail Crawford. Oh, I beg your pardon, sorry. Alice Cumming and Emmy Aitken. Battling it for 3rd place now. Still, it is. I want to say it's all over and it's Zara's race here, because we've seen tighter finishes after this final turn. But Zara's turning now 4:32. Charlotte 4:35, so there's 3 seconds between the 2 girls now, and I'm not sure anyone's going to catch the East Lothian swimmer now. It's all about 2nd and 3rd place. Charlotte still has that advantage for 2nd. Coming through really nicely there in lane 5. Emmy Aitken up into 3rd place. But coming back, Alice Cumming also on the far side. We can see Caris Mooney swimming there in lane 8. Whether they've got enough water left to get themselves up into the placing. Zara Crowich finishes there in a 5:05.29. Charlotte Thompson will take 2nd in a 5:12.27, and 3rd place goes to City of Glasgow's Alice Cumming in a 5:13.11. So that was all a bit of excitement there in behind our leader. Certainly I think we'll see good number of them in the final this evening, Robert.
That's
the
nice,
finals,
yeah,
I beg your
nice
pardon.
swim from Zara, very competent throughout. But Charlotte Thompson, and that almost outside lane, really good swim from her to take 2nd, and an improved time, 1:12. She was in at a high 1:13, so she'll be delighted, and I'm sure Colin Barton, our coach, will also be delighted with that. We move on to our final seeded heat. Ellen Denny, Geary N0, Izzy Minach, Morpeth N1, Rosie Foster, Wanderbass Club N2, Coco Coxford, South Lanarkshire N3, Evie Mackey, South Lanarkshire 4, Phoebe Adbuckle, Wanderbass Club N5, N6 rather, 7, Lily Rose Carr, Arnold N7, 8, Tia Aiken, University of Aberdeen Performance in 8, and 9 is Lucy Hunter, South Lanarkshire. I expect Coco Croxford probably to lead this on the butterfly. Susan McNair obviously well there, and Evie Mackey. I'd half expect Coco maybe just to shade Susie after the butterfly. Susie pretty good at all those 4 strokes. Evie Mackey well positioned in 5. It's going to be Susie who's our early leader. The only entry sub 4:50. There are only 2 swimmers. Zara Cravat, the only other swimmer with an entry time under 5 minutes. So, Coco Croxford, thank you, Coco. You saved my bacon. You were just ahead at the butterfly here.
Indeed, yes. Coco's well known for her butterfly, isn't she? But we're now beginning to see Susie McNair's strengths in the backstroke as she's beginning to move away from Coco. This is one of her events, isn't it, for Susie? She's very good at, as you said, at all 4 disciplines, and shows that in the 400 IM. Turning there in a 1:41.19. Coco 1:45. So Susie's built up some 4 seconds of a lead, just under that at the moment. Eve South Lanarkshire's Evie Mackey is in 3rd place.
It's hard to know what to expect from Evie in this one. She should be pretty comfortable for getting into this evening's final in the 16-year-old category, but she might be just told, go out, just have a nice steady swim, do enough to qualify, and give yourself plenty in the tank for this evening.
Indeed, yes.
She had a pretty rigorous day yesterday on a 1500 free, which she won. So it's maybe took a wee bit out of her. So you want to just have a lazy swim if you can and qualify. Yeah, 2:18.45.
She's in 3rd place at the moment and looking very comfortable in that at the moment. Coco Croxford continuing in 2nd place, but it's Susie McNair that is leading the field. So pretty well spread out. I'm not sure I can see anybody necessarily challenging, but we've said this before and then find ourselves in the results being overturned, Robert, haven't we?
Yeah.
But Susie's looking very comfortable, and she's a very competent freestyler, as is Evie Mackey and Coco Croxford. So these girls will be looking to post the best time that they can, but to get into the final, but without taking too much out of themselves with the heavy program that all three of them will have over the next, indeed yesterday and over the next 4 days. So Evie Mackey's looking like she's beginning to come up alongside Coco Croxford, but
no real
Susie
surprise
McNair,
there, slightly stronger in breaststroke, Jackie, than Coco.
So yes, there she goes. She's up alongside Coco. These two girls will know each other's strengths. Swimming for the South Lanarkshire composite team. Evie swims for Lanark, though, doesn't she? And
swims
Coco
for Lanark,
swims for East Kilbride, two of the teams that make up that composite. And Susie's turned now well ahead into her freestyle. Evie, as I think we might have expected, has used her strengths in breaststroke and gained the advantage for second place. These three girls, Coco Croxford, Evie Mackey, Susie McNair, in reverse order there, 3, 2, 1, well ahead of the rest of the field. That will be the finish order, and the girls will be comfortable in the knowledge that they'll be swimming this again for us this evening. And we'll see what they've got in the tank and what whether race plans of just taking it, pushing it as much as they need to this morning, I think is probably the way to go. So Evie Mackey beginning to close the ground on Susie McNair, but I'm sure she won't do too much more as Susie comes into just around 10 metres to go.
You can see how relaxed that these swimmers are. They're doing just enough to qualify. And
here comes Susie.
Susie in a 4:49, 5 minutes.
5:00.03. Evie Mackey in second in a 5:03.82, and in comes South Lanarkshire's Coco Croxford in a 5:07.62. These three girls will all be back in finals this evening, and as we said, we'll see what happens there. Lily Rose Carr in fourth place there. Phoebe Arbuckle coming in, as is Lucy Hunter.
Well done to her. She will hopefully, Lily Rose, 16-year-old from Arnold in Nottinghamshire. She would hope to maybe try and get a medal this evening. I don't fancy her chances against Sarah Kravis or Evie Mackey. That will be a good head-to-head in that category this evening. Susie McNair will be hot fancy in the older age group. One of the top swimmers in the UK in 18-year-olds. Was champion at that event, summer champion last year.
So we're now moving on to 400-metre freestyle for the male and open 15 to 18-year-olds. We have, how many heats do we have for this? My apologies. We have 6 heats before we move on to the swim-off, and then we'll conclude the morning's programme with relays, 4x200-metre freestyle relays for that. So in heat 1, in lane 0, Lachlan Shaw, Flitwick. Lane 1, Jamie Farnan, Isle of Man. 2, Alex Cantley, University of Aberdeen Performance. His teammate Logan Wright goes in lane 3, and their teammate Oliver Hodzik goes in lane 4. Lane 5, Alex Holmes, Glenrothes 6, Max Corcoran, South Ayrshire 7, Alexander McNiven, Warren de Baths 8, Billy Trapp, Mount Kelly, and 9, Ethan Clark, University of Aberdeen Performance. And it's Max Corcoran leading there after the first 50 metres. Logan Wright in behind him in second, and Alex Holmes in third. And back closer to me for fourth was Jamie Farnan. Pretty tight there. The leaders turning first. Alex Holmes, Logan Wright, Max Corcoran all up there. Oliver Hodzik up into fourth place now. 100 metres completed. So the times here for the boys range from a 4:34 through to 4:38. And we'll keep an eye to see improvements on those entry times. So moving up to 150 meters completed, and it's Alex Holmes leading there. 1:36.07.
Yeah, I'll be hoping if they can to get somewhere around the 4:30 mark, if possible. That will be a target when you're mid 4:30s.
Yeah, to get himself up into the 15-year-old final, that's what he's got to do, hasn't he? Because there's a number of 15-year-olds still in this heat and still to swim, but he's looking very comfortable now at the halfway mark. Is the 15-year-old. Alex Holmes, 2:09.48 there after 200 meters.
Yeah, a low 4:30 or a high 4:20 will give them an excellent chance of getting into a final this evening. And certainly Alex Holmes has got every chance, Jackie, of getting into a final. I think he's probably the only one. Logan Wright, a fair way back in second.
Yes. So as you can see, there's some just under 4 seconds between our first and second place swimmers there. But as Robert says, whether Logan can get anywhere close to a time that will get him into the final remains to be seen. He's certainly going to have to pick up the pace to be able to achieve that, I think. Certainly on the basis of the entry times for swimmers still to come. So our leader continues, 3:17.62 for Alex Holmes, Logan Wright in second in a 3:23.11.
It's interesting, Jackie, there are actually only 15-year-olds. I think there's only 10 that are faster than the following heats.
Well, it'll be interesting times then to see, won't it, with those numbers.
Yeah, there's 11
into the
15-year-olds to follow, so
Alex Holmes there, final turn, 3:51.75, Logan Wright, 3:58. So our leader has a substantial lead over second place Logan Wright now. So we'll watch the time for Alex as he comes down. Ethan Clark had third at the turn there. Alexander McNiven is just right in behind him. So certainly there was at the turn a battle for third place, but the advantage for third is at the moment lies with Ethan Clark over there in lane 9. If he'd had more water, looks like he might have challenged for second place, but second place goes to Logan Wright and third place Ethan Clark. So Alex Holmes finishes there in a time of 4:24.31, 4:32.49 for Logan Wright, and third place Ethan Clark in a 4:33.88.
Good. Well done, Alex. He'll be back for unless something drastically goes wrong, he'll be back for a final this evening in the 15-year-olds. Logan and Ethan, every chance they'll also be there for finals with low 4:30s. Other guys have got it all to do, 15-year-olds in remaining heats. And we have Angus Woods, Kintyre in 0, Soren Hudson Young, Stirling Swimming in 1, 2 Sam Curry, South Ayrshire and his teammate Kel Harper 3, 4 Dylan Mitchell, Warner Bass Club, 5 Cole Murphy, City Glasgow, 6 Rory Vick, Warner Bass Club, 7 Aaron Russell, Bellshill Sharks, 8 Richie Saunders, the Warner Bass Club, and 9 Tyler Spalding from Carnegie. Nicely away is Rory Vick, teammate Dylan Mitchell, also well there in 4. Angus Woods on the near side in the white cap from Kintyre, smartly off as well. So the advantage with Rory Vick, Taylor Spalding on the far side from Carnegie out well.
So we've got 4 15-year-olds in this one run, Robert, if we're keeping an eye on the time for Alex Holmes. And he's just set in the previous heat there. These boys have to be aware of that. And be Still more 15-year-olds to come later on in the field.
Advantage with Warner, I think, with Rory Vick and Dylan Mitchell, 102, 38 and 44 respectively. Kyle Harper, Cole Murphy, Taylor Spalding, third, fourth and fifth. Taylor Spalding maybe just dropping back a wee bit over on that far side. It's the 5 lanes in the middle. Lanes 4, 5, 3, 6 and 2. That's almost a mini arrow formation in the centre of the field. It's now Dylan Mitchell, Cole Murphy, Taylor Spalding has actually picked up again. Deceptive camera angle, Jackie, that's what it is.
It is indeed, isn't it? Yes. Can be quite challenge to be drawn in with the camera angle, and then you look actually at the pool, Robert, and you're seeing something slightly different. But you do have that arrow formation in the centre there. Also swimming really well, Tyler Spalding, the Carnegie swimmer, over in lane 9. Let's not discount Angus Woods, swimming, the Kintyre swimmer, swimming in lane 0.
Well, this is actually quite a bit slower than the previous heat, but that was a very fast time, to be fair.
It was that Alex set, yes. So certainly on the basis of what we're seeing at the moment, and we will see Alex in the final.
These guys are very much pacing around their entry time, Jackie. Well, Dylan's maybe going a little bit faster, but the other guys are there or thereabouts. So we'll just see how this next 100 develops. All pacing around about 35s. So it's looking good if you're in a low 430s position. Taylor Spalding over that far side is still keeping it together. He's in the mix. You certainly don't see him finishing first or second. But the question is, can he keep it going over on that far side to still be in the mix?
And they may not be aware of him either. Yeah. You know, with him being over there, there's. So
3:21. These guys have got to just try and pick it up a wee bit here. Taylor Spalding, 16-year-old. Dylan Mitchell, also 16. Kyle Harper, 16. Cole Murphy, 16. Rory Vick, 15. It's closing up. Cole Murphy making a move now. Taylor Spalding still well there. Well, Dylan Mitchell might come under a wee bit pressure from Cole Murphy, and he's reacted. Taylor Spalding probably have to settle for 4th. Rory Vick a long way off the pace here. But it's going to be Dylan Mitchell, Kyle Harper and Cole Murphy either side of him. Cole Murphy maybe just gets second. It's going to be lane 3 that takes second place. Dylan Mitchell takes that. Coming back pretty fast, 4:26.95. Kyle Harper, 4:30.28, 4:30.50. And Taylor Spalding, 4:32.53. We'll wait and see, because all these guys are 16. Sam Curry, the best 15-year-old, on 4:34.23. Angus Woods, 4:35.22. Rory Vick. I think they're all good enough for the final, Jackie.
Yeah, they are indeed, aren't they, on the basis of those times. So, and this is Heat 3, lane 0, Dara Oldham, Heart of Midlothian, 1, Fraser Dow, Perth City, 2, Lucas Snowden, Aberdeen, 3, Nebby Sengula, Highland, 4, Lewis Maxwell Poles, Warrender Baths, 5, Conan Swinney, Derwentside and Gateshead, Andrew Patterson, City of Glasgow goes in lane 6, 7, Kyle Connolly, South Lanarkshire, 8, Findlay Hiddleston, Dumfries, and 9, Struan Payton, University of Aberdeen. So we've got a couple of 15-year-olds, the rest of the field are 16s, so they'll all be looking for finals places. We're The next heat will be the first of the 3 seeded heats. I beg your pardon, got that wrong. Last 2 heats are seeded. So when it's an unseeded heat, lanes is heats 3 and 4. Apologies there.
Nebby's out pretty strongly. Winner last night, the 50 butterfly.
He was indeed, yes. The Highland swimmer in there swimming in lane 3. Nebby Sengulo went home with a gold medal last night in the butterfly. Turning first there, 101. Conan Swinney in second. Kyle Connolly in third. Lewis Maxwell Pauls right in behind, as is Lucas Snowden. Number of the boys there posting a 102 at the turn.
Still important that these guys, you know, maybe won a 50 butterfly, but it's important that they also do a bit of distance work to ensure that the sprint still works. Make sure they've got a bit of stamina for it.
Indeed,
good to
yes.
see Nebby doing this 400.
Yep. It is indeed. Nebby Sengulo there continues to lead. Kyle Connolly, Conan Swinney, just a little change there. Lewis Maxwell Pauls, Andrew Patterson also up in touch with the mix. So we're coming down to the turn for the halfway mark. And anything could happen here. I don't think we've got a clear leader at the moment, have we? But because coming there, South Lanarkshire's Kyle Connolly coming through now. He may well have the advantage going into the turn. He does. He's taken that a 2:09, but a 2:09.46 for Nebby. Conan Swinney in third place. No change in fourth and fifth at the halfway mark here, but you can see that this race has really tightened up now.
Lewis is coming through
Lewis
strongly.
Maxwell Pauls, the Warren de Bath swimmer there in the red cap in the centre. He may well have the advantage from South Lanarkshire's Kyle Connolly. I think he will. He turns just behind. Kyle Connolly has that. Lewis in second. Conan Swinney in third. Andrew Patterson now up into fourth, ahead of the Highland swimmer, Nebby Sengulo. Distance perhaps beginning to really tell for the Highland swimmer, as Warren de Bath's Lewis Maxwell Pauls, I think, is going to take this on, although Kyle may just have the fingertip advantage as we come into the turn. Oh, really tight. 4, 5 and 7 turning together there. Matt Lewis took that ahead of Conan Swinney, and in turn ahead of Kyle Connolly. And to get a bit of a break now, as Lewis Maxwell Pauls just has about half a body length of an advantage ahead of lane 5's Conan Swinney. Kyle Connolly just struggling a little to stay with the pace that the Warren de Bath swimmer is moving at, but he's still in third place over there in lane 7. As the boys turn and heading back down to the finish. Really tight. Conan Swinney coming through, really challenging and putting Lewis Maxwell Pauls under pressure now. Lewis has responded back to half a body length, 2/3 of a body length of advantage. This one will go to the Warren de Bath swimmer. Lewis Maxwell Pauls takes that ahead of Conan Swinney. 4:21.43 for our winner, and ahead Conan Swinney 4:22.38, ahead of third place Kyle Connolly in a 4:24.37. Another really good race there. Robert, I give you the finalists for the female 15 years 400 metres IM. Alice Harper, Amber Hinton, Kayla Smith, Amy Rowell, Rebecca Reed, Lauren Cantley, Ara Gill, Rosie Stutchfield, Kalila Smith, Maya Stahl, with reserves Daisy Gilday and Freya Keeling. 15-year-old finalists in the 400 IM.
So we move on to the fourth heat. Jasper Broom, South Ayrshire N0. 1 Cameron O'Donnell, South Lanarkshire. 2 Roman Wood, University of Aberdeen Performance. 3 Jack Doherty Simpson, City Glasgow. 4 Lewis Gow from Tiverton. 5 Sam Cool, Steprock. 6 Lewis Nielsen from South Lanarkshire. 7 Blake Herdman, Inverclyde. 8 Adam Selby from Finns. And 9 Austin McPherson from Geary. So pretty good start from Jack in lane 3. It's 2 or 3 meters advantage. So Jack turns 58.39. Sorry, 59.37. And still Jack Doherty Simpson, well clear. Over in lane 7, Blake Herdman, Inverclyde Swimmer, fairway back in second. And third place, Sam Cool. I'll give you the finalists, hopefully, for the 16-year-old girls now. Evie Mackey, Zara Kravitz, Emmy Aiken, Abigail Crawford, Lily Rose Carr, Lucy Hunter, Lexi Lamont, Lisa McNair, Lucy Hall, Ella Cunningham, Fiona Bedborough and Josie Grimes are the reserves. And our 17-18-year-olds, Susie McNair, Coco Coxford, Charlotte Thompson, Alice Cumming, Phoebe Arbuckle, Izzy Minnock, Caris Mooney, Tia Aiken, Ellen Denny and Rosie Foster, Sydney Boyd and Molly Weir are 2 reserves.
So back in the pool, it is lane 3. Jack Doherty Simpson, the City of Glasgow swimmer, continues to lead. He's got quite a comfortable lead there. Over there in lane 7, Blake Herdman, the Inverclyde swimmer, the 15-year-old from Inverclyde, in second place. Jack Doherty Simpson turning there at 250 with in a time of 2:39.31. Blake Herdman, some 4 seconds just about behind him. So third place at the turn there was Roman Wood, closer to us, closer to the front of the picture in the but they're tightening up for third place now, Robert, aren't they? As we can see the swimmers, Lewis Gow and Sam Cool coming up alongside Roman Wood. So first place, Jack Doherty Simpson, 3:13.57.
Got to keep this strong fit start going if he wants to give him a chance of getting into the final, which I think he's got every chance of doing now.
A very strong start, isn't it? And a good substantial lead. He's looking very comfortable out there. Blake Herdman, one of our 15-year-olds.
Yeah, he's going awfully well, Jackie.
So he's swimming really well, and we would look to see him, I think, on in the finals this evening. Blake, third place, possibly lying with lane 4 at the moment. That's Lewis Gow, the 17-year-old from Tiverton. So Jack Doherty Simpson, 350 metres completed. He's heading for home, leading from Blake Herdman and Austin McPherson, lane 9, third place there. You can see Austin McPherson really swimming a good last length here, motoring down towards the finish. He's probably not going to catch Blake Herdman, but he will have third place quite comfortably. Finishing there in a time of 4:22.58, Jack Doherty Simpson, City of Glasgow swimmer. Inverclyde, Blake Herdman, Inverclyde's Blake Herdman in a 4:25.90 in second place. And third place goes to Geary's Austin McPherson in a time of 4:29.29. Yeah, another nice swim there.
Swims for Blake and Austin there.
Should see them back this evening as well.
They'll both be back this evening.
Jack
Blake, a very nice time, 4:25.
So now we move on to the heated seats.
Now we have the heat. The seeded
no,
heats,
start that
Jackie.
again.
Yeah.
Seeded heats, I beg your pardon.
Yeah.
So in lane 0 goes Taylor Sinclair from Elgin. Lane 1, Aaron Drake, Warren de Bath. 2, Thomas Traynor, South Lanarkshire. 3, Aidan Bruce, Aberdeen. 4, Kenzie McLean, Perth City, beg your pardon there. 5, Callum Sinclair, Warren de Bath. 6, Toby Bullock, Midlothian. 7, Aidan Williamson, Highland. 8, Mano Drysdale, Warren de Baths. And 9, Max Turnbull, Midlothian. So we're all swimming now for a place in the final for the 17 to 18-year-olds, with one 16-year-old here, Aaron Drake. So he'll be looking to get himself into the 16-year-old final, and he should do certainly on the basis of his entry time. So let's hope we can see something better than that to get himself a good lane.
Whilst this is going on, Jackie, we'll give you a wee chance to read out the top 10 after day 1. It's a joint top 10,
Robert.
Jackie. East Lothian Swim Team and Carnegie on 51. In 9th place on 55 are 96. In 8th, Dumfries 72. In 7th place, South Ayrshire on 79. 6th, Perth City on 97. Top 5, Stirling 103, South Lanarkshire 110. They're ahead of them in 3rd place, University of Aberdeen Performance 145. City of Glasgow Swim Team are in 2nd place on 209. Their clear leader, Warner Bass Club, 249.5 points. So that's our top 10 after day 1.
How do you get a half point, Robert?
If there's a joint place.
A joint placing, right. You split,
So
split the points.
Yeah, equal 4th.
Okay.
They would get 7 points for 4th, 6 points for 5th. So they get 6.5 points.
6.5 points. Excellent. So it's Kenzie McLean leading the field here in a time 2:00 after 200 metres. He's leading ahead of Toby Bullock and Callum Sinclair. These guys are all in the 17 to 18-year-old age group, so they'll really be pushing this to get themselves into the final this evening. Nice turn there at the far side by Kenzie McLean to 32.74. Toby's 2nd, Callum Sinclair in 3rd, Mano Drysdale in behind them in 4th place. So a 116-year-old Aaron Drake in a 2:43.07 there. I think that puts him in good place if he can keep this pace going. Good place for a final for the 16-year-olds this evening. We are looking at something a little bit faster than what we've seen previous, and he just needs to keep that going. So Kenzie McLean, good comfortable lead here. 3:06 at the turn, 3:11 for Toby, 3:11 for Callum. So very tight for 2nd and 3rd place, but a clear 5.5 second lead for our leader, who's been pretty much out there right from the start of this race. He's taken this on. So he entered on a beg your pardon, he entered on a 4:06.30. And that's the final turn for him for 3:39.28. Toby's 2nd, Callum 3rd. Bit of a gap there. Mano Drysdale in 4th. Aaron Drake's still maintaining his position in 5th place. Younger than our leaders, of course. But into the closing stages of his race comes Kenzie McLean. Just watch the clock for here, see what he posts as a finish time. 4:11.25. Battle for 2nd place, but 2nd place goes to Toby Bullock in a 4:15.96, with Callum Sinclair in a 4:16.42 into 3rd place. 4th place goes to Mano Drysdale and Aaron Drake in 5th in a 4:23.77. I think that's fast enough for the final, Robert, isn't it? For the 16-year-old there.
Very comfortable swim there for Kenzie.
Very comfortable, and I think that will see him into the definitely into the final this evening. We've got some 17 and 18-year-olds in the last final, Heat 6. Sorry, last Heat 6. But still see Kenzie into the final. So this is coming back this evening. Start around 5 o'clock, do we, this evening, I think?
Yeah, 5:15, I think it is. We get underway. So our final heat, Jackie.
This is indeed.
For the 400 has another full house of 15, 16, 17, 18-year-olds. Good mixture in this one. Alex Clark, 0 from Dulwich. 1, Aidan Anderson, University of Aberdeen Performance. 2, Finlay Bruce, Perth City. 3, Conor Aspinall, East Lothian Swim Team. 5, James Bodie, 4 James Bodie, 5 Oscar Churnside, both Geary. 6, Lewis Gibson, South Ayrshire. 7, Cameron Haddo, University of Aberdeen Performance. And 8, Mangaitis Angelikis from the East Lothian Swim Team. And 9 is Tom Armitage from the Highland Swim Team. James Bodie, 4:05, and Oscar Churnside, 4:10. It should be the two that are dominating this one, or certainly thereabouts. Conor Aspinall should be all that far behind him on the entry times, but James Bodie, 59:45, clear leader at the moment. He's gone well out in this first one. Runner-up in this event last year and current Scottish Schools champion in the 400. So a very strong start, as we've seen with Kenzie in a previous one. On actual entries to the meet itself, James had an entry time about a second or so faster than Kenzie. So we'll see if he comes in somewhere in the sort of 4:10s, 4:13 range. You'll know that he's got a good lead at this early stage. Cameron Haddo going very nicely over in lane 7. University of Aberdeen Performance. Seventh at the Dublin meet. But, all very tight behind our leader, 2:04.77. But barely a second, cover 4 or 5 swimmers. Going nicely is Aidan Anderson, now in lane 1. Cameron Haddo with Oscar Churnside, Conor Aspinall. All still in the mix for sort of 3rd, 4th, 5th place. Nobody's going to be anywhere near James Bodie though. But having a very solid swim is Aidan Anderson, University of Aberdeen Performance swimmer. And coming down, probably in 2nd place. He was the runner-up in this last year, 3rd in schools, and because he's only 15, and he's a very, very solid swimmer. 3:10.78. Well, James has just slowed down a bit. He knows he's got this one under control for making the final. Cameron over in lane 7, still going very well. Lewis Gibson from South Ayrshire. Finalist in this last year, 2nd in the summer meet. He's there or thereabouts for a place for the final. Finlay Bruce flying at the end to ensure his position. He was National Age Group champion last year in the 50-year-old category, and he's coming through. It's very tight at the end. James Bodie's just hanging on there, or was he? No, Aidan Anderson desperately wanted to get that one. 4:16.29. James Bodie not really working his socks off. Takes 2nd, 4:17.09. He won't worry about that too much, Jackie. Finlay Bruce, 4:13, 4:17.13 in third, with Cameron Haddo 4:19.25 in fourth place. So,
okay,
we'll see how that one finishes.
For the results for that. And there we go. So the 15-year-olds.
Just wait for our last result to be added into the mix before we can give you the finalists for that. But we have, as Jackie says, a swim-off. This is first or second reserve for the male and open 50-metre breaststroke. Matthew Jack, Renfrew Baths. It's in for this one against Arthur Miller. Arthur Miller from Dunedin, both 15-year-olds. So Matthew, dark cap, Renfrew Bass, the blue cap of Dunedin. Nice start from Arthur, smartly away. So Matthew's got a wee bit to make up now. It's about a body length already. Matthew's got it all to do now. Arthur Miller, at the moment, is still holding about a body length, still ahead. He's still in control of this. Arthur Miller has this one, and he's got this one pretty nailed on after a very good start. 33.25. Matthew Jack 33.88. So Arthur Miller will be first reserve for this evening's final. There's always a chance that someone drops out and you get a swim. So well done, Arthur.
So the finalists for the 15-year-old male and open 400-metre freestyle: Aidan Anderson, Alex Holmes, Blake Herdman, Andrew Patterson, Austin McPherson, Logan Wright, Ethan Clark, Sam Curry, Angus Wood, Nebi Sengula, with reserves Adam Selby and Rory Vick. Our 16-year-olds: Finlay Bruce, Cameron Haddo, Lewis Maxwell Pauls, Conan Swinney, Alex Clark, Conor Aspinall, Aaron Drake, Kyle Connolly, Dylan Mitchell, Fraser Dow, with reserves Kyle Carper and Cameron O'Donnell. 7 to 18-year-olds, and we see Kenzie McLean, Toby Bullock, James Bodie, Callum Sinclair, Lewis Gibson, Oscar Churnside, Jack Doherty-Simpson, Manu Drysdale, Aidan Bruce, Tom Armitage, and the reserves in that final are Panagiotis Angelakis and Aidan Williamson. So it's now having just seen the swim off there. We're now moving on to relays. And this is
a bit of fun to finish as we usually have, Jackie.
See, it's the female 14 to 16 4x200 metre freestyle. We've got 2 heats of this with 7 teams in our first heat. So Stirling Swimming, Geary, Highland, University of Aberdeen Performance, South Ayrshire, Carnegie and Ren 96, all A teams. As you said, Robert, this is always a very exciting finish to a session, isn't it? Seems to be just a little bit of a delay here. Yes, it's a 200 each of the swimmers are doing.
Yeah, they're maybe just checking the line-up here.
Yes, they are indeed.
Yeah,
just
as
getting
you
themselves.
maybe saw one or two of the girls just being told, right, that, because if they don't swim in the right order, even if everything else is legal, it's a disqualification.
Disqualification, yeah. So they need to get that right.
Yeah, the coaches or team managers will put in their relay teams, and they will have it in a swimming order. And if they deviate from that, even if everything else is fine,
Disqualification, that would be really sad, wouldn't it? So Sterling swimming in lane 1. Gakara Broadley swimming for them for the first leg. Geary in lane 2. Erin Go-Sees Erin McLaughlin. In lane 3 for Highland Swim Team, we have Emily McDougall. Lane 4, University of Aberdeen Performance sees Maya Loon. 5, South Ayrshire Swim Team, Gracie Haddow. 6, Carnegie Swimming Club, Ara Gill. 7, Ren 96, Charlotte Craig. So as Robert says, it's getting the right swimmer in at the right time. With 200 metres for each of the girls to do, but at the moment the early lead is lying with lane 4, the University of Aberdeen Performance, and Maya Loon. She's leading ahead of South Ayrshire's Gracie Haddow. All right, pretty tight there in the centre of the pool, however, coming through very nicely there in lane 3, Highland Swim Team and Emily McDougall. She will bring the team into second place as she hands over, but it's University of Aberdeen Performance. Maya hands over to Lauren Cantley. Highland Swim Team, Emily McDougall handing over to Eva Robertson.
Jackie's done a rewind from yesterday. She's
it's not, no handovers.
It's another 200, Jackie.
Right. So University of Aberdeen leading ahead of Highland and in turn South Ayrshire.
There will be a handover at the next one. University of Aberdeen Performance nicely away, Jackie.
They are indeed, aren't they? So handing over to Lauren Cantley for the University of Aberdeen Performance. Connie Hart takes on 200 freestyle for South Ayrshire.
Some of these takeovers.
Eva Robertson for Highland Swim Team now for Highland, as we said, there in lane 5. No, beg your pardon, lane 3.
Sorry, Jackie, I just looking at some of the takeovers, and some of them were super safe, waiting until the swimmer actually touched before the swimmer actually left the starting platform. You want to be moving and virtually anticipating. You're losing a second or more if you're standing on that platform and not getting off the block quickly enough, and that can be the difference between a gold and no medal.
It can indeed. So swimming for Ren 96, we see Eva Chan. Carnegie's Belle Adamson is in the water. Geary sees Ava Smith, and Sterling swimming we have Sienna Melville. But it's University of Aberdeen Performance with Lauren Cantley that continues to lead here, 3:22, 3:27. So they've got a 5-second advantage over Highland Swim Team. South Ayrshire in third place.
Yeah, with this being the
really tight for the second.
Yeah, with this being the first heat, Jackie, you want to try and get as fast a time as you can, with the hope that you've swam a bit faster than some of the teams in the fastest heat to give your team some points, which is double points for relays.
So University of Aberdeen Performance turning there. It's South Ayrshire now up into second place. Highland in third. No, beg your pardon. Ren 96 now up into third ahead of Highland. So things are changing as we come down to the next handover here. University of Aberdeen, Annaby Scatterty will take over from Lauren Cantley. Into the water goes Annaby. Taking over for South Ayrshire is Ruby McInnes. Taking over for Ren 96, we see Heidi Shaw. Taking over there from Evie Chan. And the water for Stirling Swimming, we have Ellen White. Geary sees Katie Ray. Esme Waller is in for Highland Swim Team. And Amber Niven is in for Carnegie Swimming Club. So it's still the University of Aberdeen leading ahead of South Ayrshire. Third place over there in lane 7. Ren 96. Trying to get up now. Highland Swim Team, Amber McNiven. They're in lane 6. So beg your pardon, that's Carnegie. My apologies. Carnegie swimming in lane 6. Looking to get themselves up along Ren 96. But the University of Aberdeen Performance turning there into the second 100. South Ayrshire in second. Battle for third place there in lane 6 and 7. Carnegie Swimming Club and Ren 96. So coming up really quite nicely there in lanes 2 and 3. Geary and Highland Swim Team. But it's University of Aberdeen Performance. They've turned now. And Annabie Scatterty will hand over to Jessica Kirkwood for the final leg of this 200-metre freestyle. She's got just over half a length to go. But look at that advantage over South Ayrshire, some 10 seconds of an advantage. As Robert says, you just need to get out there and swim as fast as you can if you want to look at any chance of a medal when there's another heat ahead of you. So University of Aberdeen Performance. Jessica Kirkwood goes in and takes the final leg for her team. South Ayrshire, Ruby McInnes will hand over to Brooke Stevenson. And third place, handing over there. Third place, Highland wrap back up, Maya McCallum. Fourth place in lane 6. Carnegie Swimming, we've got Ava O'Neill. Ren 96 sees Cara White. Millie Searle is in for Geary and Lisa McNair in for Stirling Swimming. So University of Aberdeen still has that lead, 7:19 against a 7:32. It's increased over the last 100 metres. For the University of Aberdeen Performance, they've got some 12, 13 seconds from it's South Ayrshire Swim Club. And now into third place, it's lane 6. And Carnegie Swimming, over there in the distinctive black cap for Carnegie, as University of Aberdeen Performance move into the final 175 metres still to go for them. South Ayrshire in between, coming nicely through. However, Stirling Swimming, Lisa McNair has done a fantastic job for her team over the last 100 and has the team up into third place. Good freestyle is Lisa, and she's used that. University of Aberdeen Performance turn for the final time and head for home. This is their race. They've led pretty much from the start and continued to build on the lead throughout the race. Good relay for them this morning. South Ayrshire will turn in second place. Stirling Swimming in third. Millie Searle for Geary just in behind Stirling Swimming, however. So might see a bit of a challenge there, but I think Lisa is going to hold on to this quite comfortably. She's got just about a body length advantage now. Will lead her team into third place. University of Aberdeen Performance takes first place, however, in a 9:05.41. South Ayrshire finishes in second in a 9:19.37. And it is Stirling Swimming there with a fantastic final 200 metres from there. Lisa McNair in a 9:28.51.
It's a pretty good time, 9:05.41. There are 5 teams faster than that on entries. So if anything, that will give University of Aberdeen performance, hopefully some points, unless someone, one of the teams swims faster than that. So that's encouraging. Slowest time is 9:17:37. So if they all swim faster than that, or their entry times, that would knock South Ayrshire, who would not score any points, because they have 9:19:37. But that gives them an outside chance of getting some points, depending on how this one goes. So 8 teams for everyone, with the exception of in lane 0, City Glasgow's B team. We then have 1 per city, Hart to Midlothian in 2, South Lanarkshire 3, East Lothian Swim Team 4, Dumfries in 5, City Glasgow in 6, Warner Baths in 7, Inverclyde in 8, and Glenrothes in 9. Hart to Midlothian out very strongly, Lily Mundell. They looks as though they've maybe front loaded it. Their team over in 7. On the Baths with Josie Grimes. So it's an Edinburgh 1-2, Hearts and Warnder. Lucy Hunter for South Lanarkshire in 3rd place. At the moment, Hearts have got a nice advantage with Lily Mundell. Full Lily Mundell should be useful for Hearts, but we will hope to give them a healthy advantage to hand over. South Lanarkshire, Lucy Hunter going very steadily for them. Dumfries, Molly Irvin Watson, no slouch on a 200 either. And not far behind them, Lucy Hall from the East Lothian Swim Team. Those 4 teams at the moment going pretty well. So it's Hearts with the advantage at this early stage. 2nd place, Dumfries with South Lanarkshire and East Lothian, 3rd and 4th. City Glasgow and Warnder 5th and 6th. But at the moment, it's Hart to Midlothian. Lily Mundell. She's going to hand over to Lona Bedborough. East Lothian will hand over to Ella Wheaton. South Lanarkshire to Chloe Semple. Sarah Maguire for Dumfries. Eva Ross for City Glasgow, Warner Bass. Rebecca Reid, City Glasgow's B team. Eva Gorton. Alice Renfrew for Perth City. At the moment, it's advantage with Hearts from lane 5. Dumfries, middle 2 lanes, still well there. South Lanarkshire in 3, East Lothian in 4. At the moment, it's Hearts being challenged by Dumfries. Still well there. East Lothian, South Lanarkshire. City Glasgow now trying to get into the mix as well. Hart to Midlothian just hanging on here. Sarah Maguire as Dumfries breathing down Hart's neck. Hart still with the advantage. 300 metres gone. Lona Bedborough still with a wee advantage over the Dumfries team with Sarah Maguire. Eva Ross has got City Glasgow moving nicely into 3rd. Chloe Semple has got to try and keep South Lanarkshire in the mix as well. And Warrender not out of it either. Rebecca Reid for them. So at the moment it's Hart to Midlothian. Leona Bedborough with the advantage. Dumfries in 2nd. City Glasgow. East Lothian. South Lanarkshire and Warrender. At the moment, Leona Bedborough has left a wee bit in the tank to try and give Hearts a bigger advantage. Certainly Eva Ross is having a cracking swim for City Glasgow. They've gone 2nd just ahead of Dumfries. East Lothian still nicely positioned. in 4th place. But Ava Ross has done a very solid swim to get City Glasgow from about 5th into 2nd. Hearts will pass over the baton. Lana Brown will go in for them. City Glasgow, Ella Cunningham, Dumfries in 3rd place. Kate Nolan, East Lothian, 3rd place. Abby Henderson for South Lanarkshire. Ailey Laidlaw for Dumfries. Caitlin Reid-Warner in 4th place. At the moment, still Hearts with the advantage. They've led throughout. The rest of them are going to come back at them, I'm sure, in the second part of the race. City Glasgow in 2nd. 3rd place, still Dumfries. East Lothian, still well there. But they've got Zara Kravis to finish the job for East Lothian, so don't discount that black cap of East Lothian. Gone 3rd now. City Glasgow in 2nd. It's beginning to get interesting with another 100 to go before our final takeover. Hearts still with the advantage. Lana Brown has to keep this going strongly for the Hearts team. Warner's back in 5th. City Glasgow 2nd. East Lothian 3rd. South Lanarkshire have really dropped back out of the picture. Dumfries and Warner 4th and 5th. Hearts are now beginning to maybe come under a wee bit pressure. City Glasgow and East Lothian are making their move now. It's Heart of Midlothian coming to the final turn before we get the final takeover. East Lothian menacingly getting into the picture here to challenge City Glasgow for 2nd. It's Hearts, City Glasgow and East Lothian. The others right out the picture. Those two in the middle coming through to overtake Hearts. It's East Lothian challenging City of Glasgow. Kate Nolan has got the East Lothian swim team upside City of Glasgow. It's East Lothian now. Sarah Kravis will take over for them. City Glasgow with Sarah McGuffey. Sarah Kravis will try and get the job done. Isabella Cohen goes in for Hearts in 3rd place. Can they hang on to a bronze medal, or can Warrender with Maddie Hull sneak in and get a 3rd? Or can Amber Hinton also do that for Dumfries? At the moment, East Lothian swim team are a very strong fancy now. Sarah Kravis got a well in the lead now from City Glasgow. Hearts in 3rd, but Warrender are closing on them. Dumfries still with a slight chance of getting a medal, but it looks like East Lothian swim team has got this one nailed, Jackie.
It certainly does, doesn't it? Perfectly timed.
At the moment, 2nd. Hearts in 3rd and Warrender 4th. City Glasgow still looks strong enough to hang on for 2nd, but this is East Lothian's without a doubt. Zara Kravitz has got them nailed on for the gold. City Glasgow look good for 2nd. It's a question of whether Hearts can hang on. Isabel Cohen in lane 2. This will be a remarkable swim for Hearts if they can get a medal from lane 2. But at the moment, it's all about East Lothian. City Glasgow in lane 6 to get 2nd will be a great swim for them. Well, Hearts are still well there for 3rd. Maddie Hull has got a lot to do to claw that back. Sarah McGuffey at the moment in 2nd place. Isabel Cohen has got a 2.5 seconds to try and make up, to try and get a silver for Hearts. But at the moment, City Glasgow still holding on to 2nd. It's the East Lothian swim team. Sarah Kravis has managed to do what East Lothian hoped to do, take this 4x200. City of Glasgow, Sarah McGuffey will hang on to take 2nd. Dumfries flying at the end, but they're not going to catch Hearts. Well done to City of Glasgow in 2nd, and also to Hearts. They get a well-deserved bronze from lane 2, but well done to the East Lothian swim team. Sarah Kravis gets the job done. 8:53.88. City of Glasgow 9:02.17. And Heart of Midlothian 9:05. We'll just double check that. 9:05.29. 9:05.41.
Whoa.
From the first heat. They just sneaked in, didn't they? University of Aberdeen performance actually are 4th from that first heat. And who would have said that Hearts had to hang on? They were hanging on after all, Jackie, just to get 3rd in that heat.
They were indeed. That was a very
Wow.
exciting, very exciting. I think you might need to sit down now, Robert. But we've got one more relay still to go, and this is the 17 and over. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 teams here. City of Glasgow, Heart of Midlothian, Warrender Baths, University of Stirling, University of Aberdeen Performance, and Stirling Swimming.
Our last event of the morning, event 208, the female 17 and over 4x200 meters freestyle relay. Only one heat in this event.
So in the water for City of Glasgow swim team, Caris Mooney, Layla Weatherspoon for Heart of Midlothian, Kiana Kurtzey for Warrender Baths, Nellie Kinch swims for University of Stirling A team, University of Aberdeen Performance sees Mary Mishenko, and Stirling Swimming Club Susie McNair. Now, we touched on this yesterday, but this is the one event in which swimmers over the age of 18 can swim.
Indeed.
And this is because it's an event that they can qualify for the British, I think,
Yep,
Robert. That qualifying window is still open, and that's why we see a University of Stirling team here. The swimmers all in the sort of late teens, early 20s. So 100 metres completed, and it is Mary Mishenko leading here for University of Aberdeen Performance, team there over in lane 6. But it's pretty tight, and it's tightened up even further, I think, as they go down to the final turn of this leg. For them, we've got 3 teams in a row now. Lane 5, Warren, University of Stirling, University of Aberdeen Performance, and Stirling Swimming with Susie McNair. Pretty much turning together there. Nellie Kinch, Nellie Kinch, Mary Mishenko, and Susie McNair. Stirling Swimming, I think, has the slight advantage now as we come down to the first takeover. Susie McNair, very established freestyler, and will want to get her team into the best possible position. So it's Stirling Swimming leading ahead of University of Stirling and University of Aberdeen Performance. And in for Stirling Swimming goes Jessica Taylor. Kaylin Hall takes over for University of Aberdeen Performance. Josephine Klein's in the water for the University of Stirling. Rosie Forster for Warrender Baths, Maya McLeod for Heart of Midlothian, and Emily Dickens for City of Glasgow. So taking on the advantage now, I think we can see the University of Stirling there.
Just jump in
Josephine
there, Jackie.
Klein. Beg your pardon, Robert,
Yeah, Maya McLeod just moved over to Hearts from West Lothian area since the demise of the Swim West Lothian composite. So a few of the swimmers have moved recently, and Maya's now swimming at Hearts. I think we had Callum Sinclair swimming for Warner earlier on today, so some of you might not be aware of that, but some of the swimmers moved in the last few months.
So University of Stirling leading ahead of University of Aberdeen Performance. So up into 3rd place now, we see Heart of Midlothian up into 3rd now with Mia McLeod. But University of Aberdeen Performance and University of Stirling pretty much stroke for stroke over there in lanes 5 and 6. Josephine Klein and Kaylin Hall. University of Aberdeen Performance, I think, will have the has the lead there, 3:43.44 against a 3:44.07 from University of Stirling. So we're seeing the same situation for the University of Aberdeen performance. These girls are all over the ages of 18.
Nice to see Kaylin Hall still competing. She's had some injury problems over the last few years, but good
coming
to
down
see her
now to
still
the next
keeping
take.
at it.
Sorry, Robert. Coming over down now to the next takeover, and it's University of Aberdeen performance. India Marshall now in for them, ahead of University of Stirling, seeing Melissa Turnbull in for them. Heart of Midlothian continuing in third place with Molly Weir. Warrender Baths has Ashley Drake. Stirling Swimming, we see Perry Scobie. And City of Glasgow's Louise Connell goes in for the City of Glasgow swim A team. So University of Aberdeen performance had a body and a half length advantage now over the University of Stirling. Warrender Baths, I think, coming right up alongside. Indeed, they are Heart of Midlothian. So Heart of Midlothian, Warrender Baths, neck and neck at this stage. Warrender Baths gaining the advantage as we come into the girls having completed the first 100 metres of their leg. So University of Aberdeen performance, University of Stirling, Warrender Baths, Heart of Midlothian. 100 metres for these girls to go. University of Stirling there, good turn, up into first place. Warrender Baths coming up alongside them though. Really beginning to make a move now, the Warrender Bath girls. Ashley Drake, right up now. She probably has the advantage over University of Stirling. She does indeed now. So it's Warrender Baths, University of Stirling, University of Aberdeen performance, and Heart of Midlothian. These are the top four in this heat. This is where our placings are going to come from unless there is some absolute miracle. But I think the other teams are just too far back to make any difference. So University of Stirling, Warrender Baths, neck and neck coming down to this final takeover. Warrender Baths just moving ahead now, half a body length advantage. Getting to increase on that body length of an advantage going into this final takeover. Final takeover, Ashley Drake will hand over to Phoebe Arbuckle. Goes into the water now. University of Stirling's Paige van der Westhuizen takes over from Melissa Turnbull. Heart of Midlothian, we have Orla McInnes. And University of Aberdeen performance sees Emily Rieck. Going into the water for Stirling Swimming will be Anna Lee, and Heidi Wren takes over for City of Glasgow. So it's Warrender Baths leading ahead of the University of Stirling. In turn, leading ahead of Heart of Midlothian now at the turn there. Orla McInnes got back the team back up ahead of University of Aberdeen performance. But is Warrender Baths leading a body length advantage as we come down to the turn. 100 metres completed. Phoebe Arbuckle ahead of Paige van der Westhuizen. Warrender Baths, University of Stirling respectively. Third place we see Heart of Midlothian, Orla McInnes. She's securing her third place for the team there as University of Aberdeen just fall off the pace a little bit. It's looking to the front now and going into the final turn with the advantage. It is Warrender Baths. Phoebe Arbuckle leading her team into the final turn now ahead of Paige van der Westhuizen. Heart of Midlothian's Orla McInnes turns now in behind. I think your finish order will be Warrender Baths, University of Stirling. But still got half a length to go. The University of Stirling trying to come back up alongside Warrender Baths, but they're just going to run out of water to do that. This one will belong to Warrender Baths. Fantastic swim by them. Warrender Baths takes that in a time of 8:37.78, 8:40.74 for the University of Stirling. And it is Orla McInnes for Heart of Midlothian, taking third place in an 8:44.15. That completes the racing here for this session here, session 4 this morning. We will have medal presentations, Robert.
Presentations for
so
these
they just
relays
need to get these
right at the very end.
organised. So we'll pick up the results here.
Just coming back to the previous one, Jackie, the 4x200 free for the 14-16-year-olds. Just confirming it was East Lothian, City Glasgow, Heart of Midlothian 9:05.29, whereas University of Aberdeen performance from the previous heat 9:05.41. They end up 4th, so it's still useful points for the team championship. And just let you know, South Ayrshire, that team who finished second in the previous heat, they finished 8th overall, so they'll get 3 points, which will be doubled. That gives them some 6 useful points to carry forward onto there. So, just about to do presentations. Jamie Ward, it's Coach's Day again. It's the gentleman there in the black top and the beard. He'll be delighted to be doing presentations since the number 1 are there for him. Bronze medalist from Heart of Midlothian, Willie Mundell. Leona Bedborough. Alana Brown. And Isabel Cohen. And some of these girls will be chuffed to bits because probably super exceeded their expectations. Silver medalists also delighted, I'm sure, are the City Glasgow team. Honor McCarthy, Ava Ross, Ella Cunningham and Sarah McGuffey. Christmas has come early, Jackie.
It is, yes. They're looking very festive there in their tutus and headgear.
And the gold medalists and Scottish National Age Group champions in the 4x200 are the East Lothian swim team. Lucy Hall, Ella Whitten, Kate Nolan and Zara Kravis. I don't know if they've had time to get their hair all done up, Jackie, I don't know.
Well, I think there was a wee bit of brushing that, as we saw yesterday, quite a lot of camera shots of the girls brushing their hair as they came out of the water, realising that they were going to be getting a medal. Just the photographs, as we've touched on before, photographs do appear across social media pages. There was a few from yesterday, and more will appear at the end of this championship, so after Wednesday. So keep an eye on the social media pages for Scottish Swimming as our medalists for the final event of the morning, the female 17 and over 4x200 metre freestyle. Jamie Ward will have the honour of placing medals on the girls, just getting them organised. They've literally just come out of the water. So bronze medalist goes to Heart of Midlothian, Layla Weatherspoon, Mia McLeod, Molly Weir and Orla McInnes. So a nice end to these girls' morning, picking up medals. And silver medal goes to University of Aberdeen, sorry, I beg your pardon, University of Stirling A-team, Millie Kinch, Josephine Klein, Melissa Turnbull and Paige van der Westhuizen. The gold medalists and Scottish National Age Group Championships, Warrender Baths, Kiana Coetzee, Rosie Forster, Ashley Drake and Phoebe Arbuckle. So that completes session 4, Robert.
Yeah, does indeed.
On to the juniors this afternoon before we reach the finals this evening. So we hope that you can join us on live stream if you're watching and joined us this morning. I'm sure many of you.
Yeah, back at 3:45 is when the swimming starts. So join us if you can. Jackie will be back.
3:45, Robert.
Quarter to 2.
Quarter to 1. Quarter to 2. Quarter to 2. You are right. Yes. I beg your pardon. I do apologise.
Yeah. So thanks for everyone joining us, and we'll hopefully have you back very shortly for session 5.